Hello, everyone. Welcome to The Ghost in the Machine, a D&D live play about memory, identity, magic, and politics. I am your host, Matthew Foreman, an illustrious Dungeon Master. We are joined by our usual cast of the folks. You can see their beautiful faces now. Say hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
Hi,
everyone.
Oh, boy.
I'm just gonna... Well, before we get started with our roundtable recap, just be sure to remember our friends at Animal Helper. It's a 501c3 located in New Orleans. They help special needs animals. Those are animals that suffer from long-term chronic health conditions, animals that have been severely abused, and they get them medical care, find them good homes, and they do the good work. And in that process of finding animals, they also help people, because people need companionship, and doggos and kitties to love and hold. Thank you, Salty K, for resubscribing.
Woo!
Yeah.
So, man, my hair's going crazy. What other things would we like to announce and talk about, folks?
Tomorrow is Matthew's birthday.
Yeah.
And so, I'm going to run a Taldore one-shot.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
Oh, look. Let's make it more crooked.
It's crooked!
Sing to the heart.
It is. I am turning 25 for the 6th time in my life. I'm 31 years old tomorrow. It's going to be my birthday.
That's right.
Yep. I'm really looking forward to playing Taldori. It's going to be our usual... Are we having any guests? I don't think so.
No.
Usual cast. The folks you see around, just in different chairs.
Beautiful.
Yeah. It was a little short notice decision, so it's hard to get guests, but...
You know, I think
we are plenty.
we had Chris Perkins this close to coming, but he had to call off.
Yeah.
And then we tried Mercer, but he's like, oh, I don't think I'm big enough for this show.
Right.
He's intimidated by that. He says all that talent in one room. Oof.
We would have called it Between the Mats.
Yeah, and no, that wouldn't be intimidating at all to run Taldori in front of Matt Mercer. Please, let's never do that to me.
I'm judging you.
He's in the chat shit posting the whole time.
Actually, that's not right. That's not canon.
Alexis, you suck.
Just spend the entire night crying in front of the camera. It's
weeping
fine.
in your beard.
But yeah, I'm really
different
excited. It's
characters,
going to be a lot of fun, and we're going to we're gonna get to celebrate Matt's birthday in D&D style. So tune in tomorrow at 7 Central.
Oh yeah, well I was gonna say the Discord is picking up. We already have a couple submissions for NPCs, so keep a lookout for any kind of wild and weird NPCs that are showing up in the next couple episodes. And try to see if they come from Discord. Join Discord today to catch up on all the latest news and chat with the cast and me. And yeah. Is that all of our announcements, folks?
I think so.
Alrighty, so let's begin the roundtable recap. Talking about what we remember from the show.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Our podcasts are available on Apple now.
Oh yeah, cool.
Yep.
So if you're an
iTunes.
Apple,
So,
if you're an
there you
Apple
go.
fan, that is true. We just got approved.
And there'll be new podcasts up this weekend.
Woo!
Old episodes.
Sweet.
So yeah.
Working hard on getting our whole library as available as many formats as possible.
Correct.
So let's start our roundtable recap then. Who remembers what from last episode? Hit me with it, guys.
I remember being hit on by the Paladin, by Francis.
Yes.
And it throwing justice for a loop. It was all going over his head.
Yes, that's right. That's
pretty
right. He was
cool.
talking about how you were made so smooth and so clean. And he found us as we were feeding a bunch of hungry people in Shadeville.
Shadeville.
I said that right?
Impressing them with our defeat of the Behir and saving them
That's
all.
right. That's right.
Like we
Talking about our exploits as the Prism.
Mm-hmm. That is how he stumbled upon you. Then you guys made your way back to the king,
Right.
Carlisle Amastasia, had a little chat.
Yeah.
Because
Francis expertly negotiated with it.
Yeah, getting held, personed in place.
And Francis ended up coming up with us beyond the Umbral door to look for his sister.
Right.
Maybe.
Vera.
Sure.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean, maybe?
Insight check.
Yeah, evidently there was some discussion on whether he was actually going for his sister or because his lord wanted something from beyond the Umbral door.
Yeah.
So maybe.
She was kind of hinting at that.
That's not the name of his sister. His name is Sister with Vera.
Maybe. This is Arrested Development.
Oh, no.
Maybe.
Why do you think he wanted
Weird
his sister?
Insight.
I also remember that throwing me totally for a loop, after we had a failed attempt to get our way past the front gate, Selena bluffed her way in about the druid interest in the volcano, which was
with
fantastic.
the amoral and corrupt great master.
Correct.
All 5 of us, and not just myself.
All of us.
All 5 of us.
When the rolls roll, they roll.
And
then
then
we somehow snuck through.
Those rolls continued to be amazingly in our favor somehow. And we just made it all the way through into the freaking temple to the treasure room. Found some magma to release Mr. Bones' spirit. And now we're about to die.
So the thing that makes this amazing is that the only non-dwarves in the city are slaves.
Yeah.
So for 5 non-dwarves, some of them in shiny armor and carrying weapons, to make it all the way through the city completely unmolested, past all of the dwarves in the temple, and being told exactly which temple to mess with.
that was handy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a thing we did.
We got a bit lucky.
Yeah.
So how many platinum were in that treasure room that even though we discussed not
there was
taking,
no platinum. There was
someone took
950
them all.
gold.
There was
There's
a lot of gold.
There was 0.95 platinum.
They're also going to...
That is not how this
There was
works.
a bunch of golds, and we also may have defied the demon of the volcano
Find
Oh,
out.
man.
to bring in Marissa,
We're excited.
who is the goddess of this world.
She is a goddess of this world. So that was a very successful and fruitful episode in a kind of circuitous path that took them up into the engine, the 11th engine, where they are now confronting Furnace, the Umber Guard, and Stoker Brun, with Vera's life hanging in the balance. In the last few moments, they saw the completion based on the certain roles and certain things that happened. They saw the end of a ritual which forced this kind of primordial shadow energy of pure hatred and anger into this metal carriage of this dragon, which then animated it to life, and they have now brought forth the Umber Guard of the 11th engine. I'm going to need you all to roll initiative.
Yeah, I thought you might say
We
that.
can't talk this out.
Do we have the surprise round?
I feel like we do surprise you.
Have such a surprise round.
Is anyone giving us advantage?
No, that's not how this
Wrong
works.
edition.
Well,
Okay.
So, black writer.
is that okay?
Yeah, should be.
Don't be crouching.
Is the music on? Or?
It is. I haven't started
Okay.
it yet.
Glorious.
I mean, it's not on, is what I mean.
Okay.
But I will turn it on eventually. So,
Stop that.
25-20.
Goodness.
2015.
17, please.
15 for Gilly.
Oh, goodness. Okay, so I almost always roll single digits.
15 to 10.
13.
13 also for Francis.
So, yes.
But Sub has the higher dex.
Correct.
I do.
10 to 5. 5 to 1.
Oh,
0.
sorry. I messed up. 6.
Okay.
I rolled a 3. I was thinking 3 because I have 3 plus 3. 6.
Well, you're not last, so that's something.
Wow, look at that.
The lava. The magma.
The madness.
Nope, that's on 20. I can guarantee
Shit.
Freaking
As is
lair
customary.
action.
Lair action.
No, there's no way this magma is any sort of environmental hazard.
So
Not
how
whatsoever.
far are we from Vera, give or take a little bit? Would somebody measure that with a stick?
So Sevilius is
I was gonna say,
55
it's about
feet.
60.
You are 60 or so, 60.
That's fine.
Alrighty, so as you guys kind of come on in and you witness this scene, I believe you guys are technically still hidden. Were you guys still under Pass
Actually,
Without
yeah.
a Trace?
We were. We snuck in.
Yeah.
So he actually doesn't see you. He is.
We just slowly walk back out.
So you guys have just arrived. You have maybe like 12 seconds before Furnace or something sees you. What are you guys doing?
On my turn, if I have surprise round, I'm going to attack him.
All right, so then we'll say this is a surprise round. Selena, it's your turn.
Ooh. Oh, I am unprepared. Okay.
So Stoker, Brond is no longer surprised. He got an initiative 20. Selena, it's your turn.
Oh, so we just watched magic happen.
Yep.
Can I cast Dispel Magic and see what happens?
Yeah, sure.
I have 120 feet.
On what are you casting Dispel Magic?
Okay, so my options are the dragon skeleton full of things,
Yeah, the
the magic circle on the floor,
Yep.
or Vera herself.
Yep, or Stoker Brond, yep.
Which Stoker?
He's the dwarf that's leading this whole thing.
Would I know what the weakest link is?
I would say you know that you can't just deanimate constructed creatures unless they're like a temporary little thing, like, hey, I made this cup dance or whatever. I would say the magic circle might free Vera, or casting on Vera might help her. Stoker Brund doesn't have any obvious big enchantments or anything. What are you doing?
I am going to cast it on the magic circle and hope it doesn't backlash.
Nice.
Alrighty, go ahead and roll it. It's roll 1d20 and add your wisdom modifier, and I'm going to start the music here. It might be pretty loud. Like I said, it might be pretty loud.
15 plus 4. 19.
So you see this kind of whip go out, and as it hits the shadowy energy of this seal...
Is that steering?
Let me check here. Yeah, that's going to work.
No, I don't think so.
You see the seal, which has this kind of purple, aberrant, undead energy. It goes, and the shadows disperse everywhere, and it turns into a white metal seal. A grate kind of thing. Like a manhole cover. A really big, ritualistic manhole cover.
Okay.
You seem to have dispelled some sort of effect.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Anything you'd like to do with your bonus action?
I don't know. I've just released everything. This is going to end poorly. Hex is a bonus action. I'm gonna Hex Stoker.
Alright, bonus action hex.
He probably casts magic with wisdom.
You're guessing wisdom or charisma, probably.
Wisdom. We'll do wisdom.
Alright. Disadvantage on his perception checks and wisdom and stuff. Okay. That is your turn. Not moving?
Oh no, I shouldn't have done that.
Okay. You kind of already said I'll give you one freebie.
Oh, I should have done the dragon on strength. So it can't grapple us.
You can.
That's okay?
Yep.
Okay, dragon on strength.
Everyone gets one mulligan.
Okay.
And you kind of thought of it right away. I keep losing my marker tonight.
So he might not grapple us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll
sure.
see.
Selena, Gilly, it's your turn.
Okay. So I will cast. Huh?
It'll work.
I'm thinking it might be better if I cast that on him, though.
You have no time to discuss what you're doing with Sibelius.
Okay. Okay.
What are you doing?
Yep, I'm gonna cast Greater Invisibility on Sibelius.
Alrighty. Sibelius, you are invisible. Attacks
And-
have disadvantage against you that rely on sight, yada yada yada. Your attacks have advantage. Perfect.
And then I'm going to, with my bonus action, I'm going to give an inspiration to... I'll give an inspiration to Francis, our newbie.
Alrighty, Francis gets a D8 inspiration? Question mark?
Yes.
Alright, that's your turn.
The same thing she would do if he were here. So, yep.
Sibelius.
Alright, so, the big round things that are like right in front of us, what are those? Is that like just
They're
flat
vents.
floor still, or that?
They're
Can I
giving
like
off.
move over them? Or?
You could try, huh?
Okay. I mean, if there's edges to like skirt around where the actual vent is.
Yes.
Or, okay. I just didn't want to.
You just don't want to end your turn in them.
Correct. Got it. So first off and foremost, I will bonus action to Blade Song.
All right.
I will then sprint forward and attempt to jump over the 5-foot thing of magma there and skirt around the vents to move up right here.
Your jump distance is 8 feet?
Yeah, I think so, right?
I can tell you in a moment.
So what is it? It's
So go ahead and roll athletics, buddy.
Could I do acrobatics since
Sure.
I'm in Blade Song right now?
Sure.
Which means I have
You
advantage.
can parkour
on
this. I'll allow a
acrobatics
parkour, yeah.
check. 12.
Okay.
15.
You're good.
All right, you get across it.
Perfect. All right, so I'm going to go up next to between Vera and Stoker.
All right.
And
Kind of like
then-
that?
Yeah, but like one over. Perfect. I am going to grab Vera
Yeah.
and then thunder step away. And then thunder step back to where we started.
All right.
Because that is a 90-foot teleport range.
Perfect. So,
insane.
gonna go ahead and roll Constitution saving throws for these guys. So dark is the Emperor, is the Stoker Bond.
DC.
They both fail. 1 and a 3 on the dice. Yeah.
Oh,
3d10.
nice.
It takes 7 points of damage because I rolled almost minimum on the thunder step.
A thief of joy, to be sure.
But that is fine. I accomplished my mission of getting her the fuck out of there.
Yeah. So with bravery,
And I am greater
decisive-
invisible still.
Yep.
Correct.
So,
And you didn't get sucked in because there was no magic circle.
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bad things would have happened. It's a circle of paralysis. That is. All right.
Oh,
And
my.
other things.
Worked out pretty well.
Yeah.
That was a good call.
And other things.
All right,
So-
all right.
Civilius, so you rush forward with decisiveness. You grab. You're like, here, take my hand. And this half-orc little girl looks at you. She's like, okay.
Well,
And
she
the-
doesn't because I'm not visible.
Oh, so she just feels something grab her, and you could just see her. She's a kind of artificer.
And
She's
I'll
like,
say, like, I'm with Francis, come with me.
she's like, anything's better than this. And with a zoom, it blasts forward, and they get rocked a little bit by the damage. Francis's turn. Francis is being piloted by Alexis tonight.
Yeah, Francis is going to cast Warding Bond on Vera.
Okay. Is she within range?
Yep, within touch. Oh, well, I guess... sorry, I didn't realize he was on that side.
He said back to where he started, so.
Yep. I guess he'll...
Can he jump? Do you want him to jump? He can make the jump
Sure.
easily.
Yeah. His athletics is good.
5,
And
10,
cast
15.
Warding Bond on her.
Alrighty.
And...
She's protected by Warding Bond.
Oh yeah, that's a whole action. Okay.
Yep.
And then bonus action wise, I don't think he's got much.
Alrighty.
So
Do you want to move up? Do you want to move anywhere else? You got 15 feet left.
he'll take a defensive stance, like 1 foot up.
Okay, perfect.
That's just a map feature? That's not like
No,
something
that's the vent. that
Okay,
you described.
then no, down here. I was making sure that I remembered that right as soon as I was like, no,
Alrighty.
wait, you shouldn't
Justice,
stop there.
it's your turn.
I'm going to use my prodigious movement to hop over that 5-foot gap so we're not all quite so clustered up. So I'm just going on to the other platform to the right.
10, 15.
Yep, and then I'll go like,
15,
yep. And then I'm going to toss 2 daggers, zip-zap daggers at him. I have advantage, and if
He's beyond 20 feet. You'd have disadvantage.
Oh,
It's
okay,
50
so
feet away.
no. Okay, so
Yeah.
I will move up.
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to 5, 10, 15 get you there. 20, 25,
Then,
30. Where are you going?
Yeah, just until I'm in range.
30.
So with my 20 within 20 squares of him.
Great. Let me do some counting. I will say you leap over. So,
Okay.
is
Perfect. Yep. Alrighty.
So he's not surprised. He already had his turn.
correct.
So you just have You don't
Perfect.
even have advantage. There's no reason you would have advantage. You're not going before him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And apologies, but there is the dragon back in the back.
Yep.
Okay. And quick question about the features of the area. Is there any, like, with the magma and all the shadows being cast, is there anything that would be construed as, like, dimness?
Oh, no, I'd say it's fairly bright in here.
Okay. All right. So I will move to what I'm within my range increment of the dragon.
45. What's your movement up to?
45.
Okay, you're 35 feet away. Would you like to use your bonus action to dash?
Yes.
5, 10, 15, 20. You can be one more. Where do you want to be, dude?
Just as soon as I'm within range of him. I can't see where he's at off the map. So, okay. He is surprised.
Anyone
and I
who's
do
not
have-
me can feel free to.
Perfect. So he is surprised.
Yep.
Okie dokie. I'm going to toss my dagger at him twice.
Okay.
All right. With my advantage on the first one, that is a 27 to hit, or 26 to hit. And then my second attack is 19 on the dice, but that one was cocked. 19 and 17. So 2 hits, both are auto crits.
Yep.
So first hit is no hex on him. So I'm going to just roll the dice and then double it for the first one.
Yep. And then add your modifier after.
Correct. So that is 12 plus 34, 38 points of damage on the first hit against the dragon.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the second attack, I'm not getting sneak attack, but I still did zip zappiness. But they are both criticals, so that would be 7.
1 second. Okay.
And that'll be 18 points of damage on the next attack.
Damn. All right. 18, yeah?
Yeah.
Woo! So with 2 slashes of the zip dagger, zoom, sparks fly, 2 decisive strikes. All right, you did quite a lot of damage.
Nice.
Alrighty.
Is that your turn?
That was my... Unless I have any movement left, I will start moving away.
30, 35, 40, 40, 45. Where do you want to be?
Diagonally away from the vent. There you go.
Okay. All right, Furnace's turn. Furnace is surprised. They were intent on completing this ritual. No one had alerted them on your approach because you guys were completely unseen. Well, here we are. At the top of the round, initiative count 20. Most of the lair actions have been disabled. Only one remains. So you see
Crap.
these vents go, and there's this burbling, and anywhere where the vents are, there's this massive jet of magma and fire shoot out from him. There is a kind of slight rain down. You take 5 points of fire damage.
Okay.
Does
Francis would
Francis
probably
Anyone adjacent just takes 5 points of fire damage.
All right,
If you're
half
standing on the
resistance.
vent, it's more.
I can imagine.
Yeah, just a tiny bit more.
A tiny bit more. But yeah, there's this kind of rain down. You guys.
Yeah.
Initiative count 20 then is also Stoker Brund. Stoker Brund. Seems we have a little bit of an insurrection. Aye. What an excellent opportunity to test out the Umber Guard.
Oh, no.
Furnace, darling, are you hungry? Ha ha ha. You ain't got no stomach.
I like this guy.
But she has an appetite for destruction. And you can see fire erupt from his eyes as well as shadow as he swells in size.
Oh, fucking Gorger!
Oh no!
Big boy.
His action.
For you!
5, 10, 15, 20.
Oh.
Oh, what do we have here?
Oh god, keep him on the vent.
I'll say...
Yeah, that's not going to do anything
He's
to
immune
him.
to fire.
One can only hope.
But then he just stares at you because that's his whole turn. Actually, With his bonus action, you see his massive two-handed maul that he's wielding light on fire. And he gets ready to take a swing. Selena, it's your turn.
Oh god. Guys, should we just run?
We have my sister! Francis says.
It's my job.
Sorry. I don't feel like dying.
Okay, how far away is Stoker at the moment from where I am?
30 feet.
Okay.
Glorious
Oh,
fighting
fuck
dragon.
yes. Okay, we're gonna frostbite this bitch.
All right. Can you make a Constitution saving throw?
Please do.
You broke Alexis.
11. Yeah, that doesn't make it. So roll, I believe, 2d6 frost cold.
I do. We're gonna do a green one and a blue one, and then he has disadvantage on his next weapon attack roll.
Yeah, he does.
Okay. Well, that would be 8 cold damage.
All right. Okay, I don't want to track it in two places. Come on. Silly me,
Right?
silly me, being
Yeah,
silly.
8 cold damage.
For sure.
Perfect.
Alrighty, so with your action, frost coalesces around his form, and you can see that fire that soon erupted dampens a little as this kind of little shell of ice forms around it.
Does he take extra damage from
And he
that?
doesn't, but he's not resistant.
That was no. Never mind. I take that back. I get
Anything
really
else?
excited about that.
Thank God for not all holy actions.
Okay, and everyone's still okay.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need any healing.
Not yet.
Okay, well then, nope. I'm just gonna stand here.
Alrighty. That's funny. Gilly, it's your turn.
So,
Yeah.
Gilly is going to try to cast Charm Person on Stoker Brund.
Okay. It fades. It fizzles.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
It was a try.
You-
Gilly doesn't know anything about Druger.
It's not the Durga thing, but yeah.
Or anything.
You cast a spell, and he just looks over. Afraid not, darling. There's not much of me left that's human. Noid.
So, he's considered large, right?
Yes.
Great.
I think so.
Okay.
That's the DM, but I think so.
He is large. And the Umber Guard is huge.
Thank you.
Huge.
So, in that case, I guess, bonus action wise, she's just gonna get Clokey out
Mm-hmm.
and say, just keep me out of the magma.
Every fight, Clokey's sole purpose. Hey, it saved your ass.
Yep, it's not a stupid thing to do.
It's not. Clokey gets a 9. Clokey beat you on initiative, Justice. What's it like to suck? I just want to know.
I read your
Alright, that's
autobiography.
It's a different kind of sucking entirely. That's your turn,
I'm doing it
Civilians.
all
My
wrong.
turn.
Alright, I will bolt back up there so I can start tanking the dragon.
Okay.
I will try to make that jump again.
Yep. Acrobatics with advantage, I think.
Yep. 15 again.
10. Okay. 15, 20, 25.
So I will
30,
move up to my full
30.
40, which is...
Are you moving yourself?
I can.
Okay.
I believe it's right there. It's my
It was
full
one
40.
more down, I think.
Was it?
Yeah. Should be. Yep. 40. Perfection.
Okay.
Oh, our things were showing two different things. Oh, that's weird, but it's right here. It definitely is. I
Yeah.
counted.
Okay, that's fine.
That's weird.
I can't get up to him on my turn anyways.
Did
so
you want to
I-
dash, or what do you want to do? What do you wanna do?
No. I've got another thing I'm doing.
Okay.
So I will be casting...
Is it Fireball?
No,
Sorry.
it's not, because that'd be a terrible idea. I am going to cast Fire Shield on myself.
Yeah.
But as a Cold Shield,
Okay.
whatever one gives me fire
Cold.
resistance.
Cold
So
does cold
shield.
damage, fire resistance. Fire
There you go.
shield,
That's
fire
what I
damage,
thought.
cold resistance.
Yep, so I gain a Shield of Frost just
As
wrapped
a-
around me.
Yeah.
That's hot.
Oh, kind of like
That's cold.
mine.
And then I prep myself and point my sword at the dragon menacingly.
I can't
So
see
that
it.
it...
Stay frosty,
That's right.
Roll,
Sibelius.
roll performance.
You're
I
invisible.
forgot I was invisible. 12.
Yeah, you're invisible.
Yep. That'll stop it.
Francis!
I got his attention, guys.
Francis. Francis is going to use his movement to get if he jumps and jumps again, can he get to like on the other side of where Justice is?
Yeah, he can jump as much as he likes.
Okay.
He's really strong.
He will do that.
10, 15, 20, 25. So like about here.
Yeah.
Okay. So the
And he will
half-orc paladin.
he will cast Compelled Duel on Stoker Brund as a bonus
Is
action.
that a wisdom saving throw?
It is.
Is it concentration?
It is.
Is warding bond?
No.
Okay.
Warding Bond is not.
Thank you.
Warding Bond lasts an hour.
Stoker Brund, I believe, makes it 17.
Okay,
No,
yeah.
20. 20
Yeah,
total.
it definitely makes that. Okay, tried that, but is going to make his 2 attacks with his longsword.
Alrighty. Just
The blade of sun. So
Sunblade.
the first one is a 13.
Miss.
Yeah. And then the second one is a 22.
22 hits.
All right. He's going to put in let's see. He cast that spell. He's going to put in a 3rd level smite.
Alright, so 4 d8s. X plus 1.
Dump it.
You said
Dump those
4
D8.
d8.
Yep.
Because what
Is
does
it
the
an extra
blade
die
do?
against undead? So you're gonna do your weapon damage is as a long. Look at it.
Yes, I'm looking.
So the longsword is 1d8 when it's one-handed because he's got a sword and shield. You're gonna add 4d8 for smite normally for a 3rd level spell slot, and then you're gonna add 1 more d8 because of the sunblade and 1 more d8 because he's undead.
Oh my god.
Gene more d8s.
No, I'm good. But thank
So
you.
that's that's 1, 4, 5,
Bum.
6, 78. 78 plus weapon
Bum,
damage.
bum,
Plus
bum.
78 plus strength
Yep,
plus
got
2.
him.
Hot.
That's what I thought. I
Yeah.
had 7 in my head too.
That's bad.
Okay, oh my
Paladins are
god.
murder machines with smite. It's
Yeah,
insane.
and they're great support characters.
Yeah.
I'm so glad no one here is playing a paladin.
Yet.
I'd have to have thrown 2 Bayhears at you guys to make it challenging.
When we all die, inevitably, we
Sarcasm.
should all become
I
paladins.
promise.
Yeah.
Sarcasm.
We should do a paladin party for one job.
The pally party.
Yes, to roll.
26,
Yeah, considering that I used all of my healing spell slots.
34 points of radiant damage.
Hot. That's very hot. That's very
All right,
hot.
so with 1, and then he has a second attack?
The first attack missed, so that
Oh,
was the
that's
second
right.
attack.
Perfect. Thanks. So you see this blade that it is a long sword, but is handled with a great deal of finesse. Not so much by Francis, but you can see this kind of very light energy to it. It's literally composed of light. And he just comes smashing down, and a huge blast of radiant energy erupts. Stoker Brown goes, "Oh, not one of you assholes!" All right. Cloaky's turn. Cloaky is going to grapple you and fly you 20 feet up.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Keep you out of lava.
And from
Hover
getting
over a-
melee attacked.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
and then he's going to drop you in the lava.
Clokey, I healed you even when you got hurt. What is
Why didn't you free me like Mr.
That's okay.
Bones?
There's no lava here.
Please let's not.
It's all in your
Please let's
mind.
not.
Justice!
Alright, so seeing Stoker Braun right adjacent to me and my ally right adjacent to me, I'm going to make 2 attacks on him. I do not have advantage, but I can get sneak attack.
Yep.
So I'm just going to roll both attacks simultaneously. And he is close to me, so what is the passive ability that the paladin
Plus 2
gets?
saving throws.
Okay. Alright, that is a 2 on the first dice. Does a 21 hit him?
Hit 21 hits.
Alright, sweet. So, slash at him low, then slash high, and get him, and so I get at least 1 sneak attack. I'm not going to include hex damage. That'll be 18 plus 4 is 22 points of damage. So I slash out on him with the lightning blade and do 22 points of damage.
22.
And then I'm going to use my bonus action to disengage.
Disengage, yeah.
And I'm just going to... actually, no, I'm going to stay right where I'm at because I feel better having Francis there.
All right. What are you doing with your bonus action?
I'm going to use, stupidly, I'm going to use bonus action just to get 1 more hit in on him.
All right. Roll.
I will save my hex for the beginning of the next turn. That is a 15 on the dice, so that will become a 15 plus 23.
23 hits.
Six, 10 points of damage.
Stoker Brund is
Actually, I apologize. 9 points of damage.
Stoker Brund is bloodied.
Yeah.
He is at half health.
smites, buddy.
So just roundhouse kick him to the face.
So yeah, you just and then whack, and yeah, he's not looking too hot. His eyes roar with fire and light. He's good. Makes his Constitution saving throws for maintaining the thing, and then he gets a 38. Yeah, he's good. Got 19 on the die. All right, that is your turn.
Mm-hmm.
Furnace's turn.
Oh no!
You can see the massive metal dragon start to lumber forward. Rather than these, what would be simple claws, you can see they have these kind of articulated whirring blades as feet that just kind of spin as she walks.
Oh no! Why?
That's cool. It's like a walking blender.
This is a Roomba. They made a Roomba to clean up.
No.
So Furnace is named Edward, huh?
Pretty much.
Okay.
She is going to...
BattleBots has gotten really extreme in Edda.
Yes. Because she
I
can't
would
see
say-
civilians.
I would say she's going to fly about right here. I need Sevilius, Francis, and Justice to make dexterity saving throws.
With a +2 for you.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're in his aura.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's a failure.
Oh no.
Are you rolling for Francis?
Oh, yes. Thank you.
20, Matt, with the +2.
Oh.
20 with the +2.
Dexterity save.
5 with the +0.
Alrighty. 20 with the
10.
+2.
10 for Francis.
So Francis and Sevilius, you are now vulnerable to fire damage.
Okay, so I'm normal fire damage.
You are vulnerable and resistant at the same time. So the oil,
Same
the
thing
oil-
with Francis then, huh?
the oil
Okay.
sprays forward from this dragon's chest. There's just like this.
Oh no.
You can see Stoker Brund. It covers him and then bites off. Justice, you just dodge it. You're like, no thanks. Ski. That is Furnace's turn. Top of the round, we have the lair actions.
Oh no.
Justice, Francis, you take 5 points of fire damage. So Francis takes 10 and then takes half, which is 5.
Yep. Okay.
So that was the lair action. Stoker Brund's gonna go. Stoker Brund, he's gonna take one swing at Francis and see how that goes.
Okay.
He's still got his thing.
Does he have the disadvantage from the frostbite?
He sure does, buddy. 13 and then a 5. He is going to miss. He's going to miss with a 12.
Okay.
And then his second swing, I guess, will just be at Justice. He's going to do one and then the other, so I guess he'll... Oh, well, he has
So, Sentinel attack is a reaction.
okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Fuck him up!
Yeah. 21.
Hit.
Yeah. Can he or can he not pour in Smite on a
Does-
reaction?
Does it say on your turn? If not, you're good. And I believe you can.
Any attack you make.
Yeah,
Because
go
it's
ahead. Go ahead and roll.
It's not called a reaction. Okay. So,
What level?
that's gonna... we'll go second level Smite.
All right. So
So it'll be
1d8 for the weapon.
Yes, there's
1d8 for the sun.
total.
Yep.
Because it's one fewer
Yep.
than last
Perfect.
time.
Yep.
Paladins are disgusting.
Well, a paladin with a sunblade is pretty
Oh my
disgusting
God.
against an undead too.
I mean, it's almost a requirement for the class, let's be
Yeah.
honest, man.
It's basically useless without it, right?
Yes.
22.
Francis is like, oh, I believe that you are evil. And I
27.
don't abide that kind of thing.
Correct.
And he slams into him with a reaction attack. You will leave my
My new friend.
new very attractive, sleek friend here alone. He slams into him with his sunblade. 28, was it?
Yes.
Shit.
I think that's what I said. It was either
It
27 or 28.
It was 28. 28's good enough for me.
47.
A bajillion 7. Alright, so Stoker Brun follows through with his second attack because he got reactions. Misses you with a 12. And then the third attack that he can make, I'm going to say he'll go back on Francis.
Did he maintain concentration?
That's a good question. Well, oh yeah. 27 plus 11. He did not.
Why aren't you here, Ty?
Oh, that's cocked. The attack against Ty is 21.
That will hit.
All right.
Reaction has already been used, so we're yeah.
Stoke.
Oh, but Gilly has her reaction, and she will cutting words on the attack.
Okay.
1.
20 to hit Ty.
No, it still hits.
Or Francis, sorry.
Still hits Francis.
So that is going to
She
be
tried.
9 points of magical slashing, smashing damage, bludgeoning damage, as it were,
Okay.
and then 5, 3, or 6. Sorry, 6 plus 7, 13. 13 points of necrotic. So he slams back into with his double thingy. Two-handed maul. That is Stoker Brun's turn. Selena.
Okay, DM ruling. Do I know where Sibelius is?
Yeah, you do. You cannot see him, so anything that says you have to see the target, you cannot use, but you know where he is.
Yeah, I'm not actively hiding.
What would you like to do?
Okay, I won't do that.
By the way, my cutting word was cool off.
Perfect.
Shoot it out.
Sorry. Yeah, we're just gonna frostbite this guy again.
Alright, he's going to make a Constitution saving throw.
Please.
And I will say... natural 1.
So we held
Having a bad
disadvantage on
day.
his next thing again, and then 6 points of cold damage.
35.
I was gonna tidal wave, but you're right in the middle.
Oh, God. Doesn't that thing push?
4d8 plus it knocks them prone
Oh, okay.
if they fail.
Alright. At the end of Selena's turn... Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, I'm not gonna move, and I still have the hex up on the dragon for strength saving throw.
Francis has taken a
Or
good amount of
strength.
damage.
I can healing word.
Here we go.
You said good amount of damage?
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
will second level healing word him.
2d4 plus 4.
Yeah.
That'll be 7 points of healing.
7 points?
7.
Okay.
please.
Thank you.
I didn't roll great.
It's all
1 and
good.
a 2.
The dice, they're cruel.
It's doing better. Doing better.
At the end of Selena's turn, it's going to use 2 legendary actions. Sibelius, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
I don't like that dice right now. That will be a 13 or 19. Sorry,
No, 19?
16 plus 3.
So
19.
you take 7 points of slashing damage. Its tail, which is also a bunch of spinning blades, whips around
Oh.
in a tail sweep.
Does it count as a hit concerning fire shield?
Tailspin.
Or
Woo!
Is it
My
hit or
cold shield.
damage when fire shield is the way fire shield is
DuckTales.
read?
I
That's the wrong-
believe it's
The wrong song.
hit.
Then it's not a hit.
The wrong song.
Okay.
Alrighty.
It happens to the best of us.
Just let me know if that changes. That was the end of Selena's turn. Gilly, it's your turn.
So, try and maintain concentration on that for you. Gilly is going to
Yeah, hits.
cast a first level healing word on Francis. We'll start there. So, he'll get 7 points of healing.
Alright.
And then she'll put out 2 magic missiles at Stoker Brunt.
Okay. 2 charges
2 charges, yes. So 44.
plus 4.
15.
15 points of damage. So when the magic missiles hit, they hurt him.
Good.
He is not looking too hot at all.
Good. All right.
That was your action?
That was my action and my bonus action.
Mhm.
That I just want to make sure I'm within like 60 feet of the dragon, and that's it. That's the only thing that I care about right now, because Cloaky's got me.
You're good.
All right, then I'm good.
I will say at the end of Gilly's turn, Furnace is going to make just a single attack against you, so it is at disadvantage.
All right.
It's a natural 20.
All right.
So thank God for disadvantage. And then 22 total.
I will shield.
Okay. So there's this massive whirling blades coming down at you from its claw, and they strike across the shield. Thinking it better from your last lesson when you took a lot of hits.
I have more health this time.
I'm more powerful than you could possibly imagine. Yeah. Who's end of the turn? That was the end of Gilly's turn. Civilius, it's your turn.
All right, perfect. If he is within melee attacking range, then that answers my question. I will strike out and hit him with Booming Blade.
Okay.
With advantage because I'm invisible.
All right.
First attack will be a 19 to hit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does it hit?
I will say. what was the total?
19.
Yeah, hits.
Okay. So
It depends on how I'm feeling.
Correct.
so 1d8 slashing, 1d8 fire, or no, 1d8 thunder. Do you need the fire separate?
It's immune to fire.
Okay.
Just kidding. It's not immune to fire.
Okay.
It's not even
Do you
resistant.
need it separate? Okay, so no.
Yep.
Perfect.
That's.
5.
I'm
6.
surprised.
Yeah.
You would think being made in a volcano.
It was made by metal. Swords are made, they're resistant,
16 points of slashing, fire, and thunder, and he is wreathed in booming energy now.
What was the total?
15 points.
Thanks. Yep, nope, it's not actually, this creature is not actually resistant to fire. It's just
Boom.
made to guard something.
Bonus action attack.
Yep.
Booming Blade again, because cantrip racers.
Yeah.
That one may miss with a 15 to hit.
Miss.
Alright. That is my turn.
Alrighty. Francis.
Yeah. 2 attacks.
Eldritch Blast. Wrong half work.
Start with the 1 attack and see how he does after that. That's gonna hit. That's 25 to hit.
Hit.
So, how rough is this bad boy looking?
He's pretty rough.
Do it.
Do it,
Miss
Level 5. Do it. Crush him.
We'll do a first level smite.
Okay.
So disappointed.
So that's 5d8.
Alright.
Oh, well, most of them were good. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I messed that up. Whoops. Okay. Oh, well. Better luck next time.
What is this?
This is really fun, Matt.
Thank you. I'm having a lot of fun too.
It's good stuff. Oh goodness, how do I math? That's 16, 22,
If I don't
28.
die, I'll subscribe again.
28 radiant.
28 radiant. With one fell swoop, Francis goes, hey, like I said, you leave him alone. And with a smash of the Sunblade, Stoker Brun just crumbles under his armor and shrinks back to medium size and is knocked unconscious.
Yeah. And then, I mean, you said the dragon is flying?
Yeah, but is still adjacent to Zavilius.
Okay. I'm gonna move in a melee.
20, 25, 30. Perfect.
Other attack.
Second attack.
That is, yep. That's a 24.
Alrighty.
And, ooh. Question, because it's going to take me a second to look that up. Can he smite twice in his turn?
Yep.
3rd level smite.
Alright.
Every attack.
That's what I thought.
Is
Just making sure.
insane.
Smite. Paladins.
So-
Yes.
Hashtag
You are a
paladins.
smite machine.
So, not the extra D8 for undead.
It's not undead,
correct?
it's a construct.
Okay, so a total of 6 because it's a 3rd level.
3,
68.
4, 5. The Sunblade only does the extra D8 to
Right, it was
undead.
7d8 the last time that it was
It's 1d8 from the weapon.
Right.
The 3rd level is 4, so that's 5d8.
It's not undead.
It's not undead.
Right, I know.
2 of those d8 came from the fact that it was undead.
2 of them did.
Yes.
My bad, I thought only 1 did.
No. 1 from
Okay,
the Sunblade, 1 from the thing.
Okay.
Yeah, feature.
It's not as great.
Aww.
Oh. 5,
Would you say that he's a maniac?
13.
13.
13.
I should do that.
Alrighty.
Yep, and bonus action. Nope. That's it.
Alrighty. That was Francis's turn. Clokey is just going to hold steady. Justice, it's your turn.
With my bonus action, I'm going to quaff the potion of fire resistance.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use my movement to get up and try to get around on the other side of Furnace, just so we're not like in a cone or a line from him. Like if I can get on the far end of him.
Where's the far end?
So
Like above him.
Above?
Yeah, above him,
5,
yes.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. There you are.
Perfect. And then I'm going to make 2 attack rolls on him.
Okay.
Ooh, shitty on both. Nope, it's a 5 and a 3 on the dice.
Yeah,
so,
miss.
Oh.
So that's your
bonus
movement,
move and
action. Okay.
That's it.
Furnace's turn. Furnace's turn.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Sink into the lava. Raise his claw.
So Furnace is going to go ahead and fly away from you, technically, Justice, if you like taking an attack of
Sentinel.
opportunity.
Oh wait, never mind.
Yeah.
So you said justice.
I'm going to roll this dice because I like him better. Natural 1.
So you swing at it.
19.
So Velius, Francis, and Justice make dexterity saving throws.
Oh
You get a +2.
Okay, that's what I thought.
no! Oh no!
Cool, that +2
Oh.
will help me. No,
Oh, thank God.
Francis got a 21.
Cool, man.
24.
7.
All right, so 7.
Oh
So you take 48 times 2, which is 96, but then halve down to 48 yet again, because you're still resistant fire, yeah?
But I'm also, because I got covered in the oil.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, I already did
so-
that math. You're good.
Okay.
48. So you just take 48. You take 48 points of fire damage. What was your total?
24.
So you take 24 points of fire damage.
Sevelius is looking very bloodied.
21.
21. So you take 24 points of fire damage. So from Furnace's chest, you see this swell of fire and light.
Man.
And you see this core thing kind of in her shift to shadow.
Oh, that's cool.
And fire moves away and lowers into her form, and then she begins to be wreathed in shadow. Whenever that happens, she heals.
Oh no!
Damn.
Wait. Do I see dim light? Is there shadow in here now that I can see?
There's
I
the
would say
sunblade is out. So
5 feet next to her, yes. But I'm going to say she is now 15 feet up? Nope, 10 feet up. She's 10 feet up. She's 10 feet away at a minimum.
Okay.
That was Furnace's turn. Top of the round, lair actions. Y'all are good.
So a quick question.
What's up?
You said she's 10 feet up, still in melee.
She's a
correct?
minimum of 10 feet away, which means no, she's not melee.
So it would have had a sentinel reaction.
Yeah, when you... No, she didn't attack anyone.
Francis would have been
She
able to
moved out of
sentinel
our
because she
threatened
moved out of
squares?
threatening.
Yes, then yes, he would.
So both of us would have.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
if,
let's do it, yeah.
and if the sentinel attack works and she stops, still in melee.
Then go ahead and roll the attack. Find out what happens.
Don't miss.
19 on the die.
Hit.
Yeah.
So she'll be 5 feet.
19 to hit on.
Hit. Oh, that's not what I need to do.
Put in
God,
a
almost minimum damage.
first level smite.
10 points of fire and slashing.
Woo!
10 points of radiant.
Okay.
And she is stopped in her movement.
Yep. So with those 2 blows, you can see the shadow recede a little bit. So yeah, with next to her, she's now only 5 feet off the ground. So I would say next to her is dim light because she's breathed in shadow.
Thank you.
Magical shadow. On initiative count 20, the things go off. No one's affected.
Is she
Actually,
affected?
yeah, she is.
She's on it too.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh no.
She makes it. She does take some fire damage though.
Hey, anything helps at this point, right?
So you can see this kind of new creature, this kind of rage-like intelligent, not the smartest thing in the room, but ferocious and powerful nonetheless.
Right.
Selena, it is your turn.
Okay, tidal wave right in front of me.
Okay. Dexterity saving throw?
Please.
That is a 4. However, she will use one of her legendary resistances to automatically save. So 4d8 halved.
Half as much damage and
Yeah.
isn't knocked prone.
Yep. So this from out of nowhere, this little bits of moisture, probably mostly from your sweat, fly off of you, and you turn them into a massive wall of water. And you send it forward, and it goes smashing into the dragon, but it steadies.
Alrighty.
Does it turn
my
the top
sorry.
of the lava to like obsidian?
16.
So that you can
19
walk on it?
points
No.
half.
I don't think it's cold enough.
19 points half.
Yeah.
And then it actually conjures the water itself. It doesn't actually steal
Yeah, I
it.
was just being
Oh, cool.
descriptive.
But the water then spreads out in all directions, extinguishing unprotected flames in its area within 30 feet of it, and then vanishes.
Okay, so what I will do,
So
I will
that
say,
means-
because it was magical, I will say that these things are temporarily 5.
Yeah.
Nice.
So as the water spreads out, you see those things just short out. I would say then steam and smoke fill the room, but it doesn't fill the room, and it would disperse. So there's now this kind of gentle fog of haze.
Okay.
That's your action.
Yep, and then I will. I can't mass cure. I can't mass healing word. I can do a 2nd level healing word, right?
Yep.
Because it's less than.
Yep, spell driver.
Perfect. The 2nd level healing word on Sevilius.
Okay.
Because he's within 60 feet of me, right?
Yep.
I'm thoroughly bloodied.
Oh, Christ almighty. 7 points of healing.
I'm slightly less bloodied, but still blooding.
I love Dungeons and Dragons.
It's so much fun, isn't it? So, Selena, is that your turn? Did you want to move at all?
No, we're just gonna hunker down right here.
Alrighty.
I'm good. I'm just pissed it off, so I'm good.
With its Furnace's legendary action, I will say that it looks over to Francis and is going to bite.
Okay.
Miss 10. 12, but yeah. Miss.
Okay.
I'm sorry. 15, which would still miss.
Still misses, yeah.
Lordy, I have to... Oh, X there? I'll do this. There's two stat blocks and I'm getting confused. Alright. That was a legendary action. Boop. At the end of Selena's turn. We move on to Gilly.
Okay. So, I'm gonna put a 1st level healing word out at Francis. 7. Rolling 1s on them sucks. Okay.
But having a +6.
Yeah, it's great.
It's hot.
Yeah.
Okay, and then my action. Oh god, what? I need to keep the spell up on you. I'll move forward a little bit,
Yeah.
and I will use my action
Yeah.
to try to help Sevilius.
Help us with 5
No, I
feet.
won't. Okay.
Yeah.
As an action, though. But never mind. Never mind.
fine.
Okay. Then I'll just vicious mockery it.
How far up are you moving?
Maybe 10 feet. I just want to make sure that I'm still within 60 feet of everybody that I need to be 60 feet of?
And I can't move Cloaky.
I can move Cloaky. Whoop.
Just
Well,
as-
yeah, you can't move. You have to have Cloaky move you.
That's right. When Cloaky moves me, I'll ask Cloaky to
Move
move
me
me a
forward.
little bit closer, within 60 feet of Justice, and I will vicious mockery the dragon.
All right. Wisdom saving throw. 19 plus.
Yeah, never mind.
Yeah. 19.
Okay, I tried.
Alrighty. Gilly, that's your turn.
Yep. Sorry, I thought help was a thing I could do.
No, not within 30 feet. I don't believe so.
That's fine.
That is your turn, Gilly. I'm gonna say, yeah, it's gonna keep biting. It's gonna take another bite attack at Francis.
Okay.
That is a 27 against Francis.
Definitely hits.
Okay. He's gonna take 18 points of piercing damage.
Gilly is going to cutting word the damage.
Alrighty.
Real quick. 5. Okay.
Alright. So 18 points of so the vulnerability to fire is gone, guys. Just so you know.
Okay.
Now once that dragon's breath went off, it would be gone. And then so he's gonna take 18 points of the piercing damage and then 3 points of fire damage. Okay?
Okay.
And then he is
And then minus the 5 from
Sure.
Gilly. Yep. Okay.
and then he is grappled.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Yep.
That's
Going over the
okay.
wood chipper.
I forgot about it.
I remember that.
Booming blade damage when you move. But that's
Oh,
it's too
that's
late.
yeah. That was the
Oop.
end of Gilly's turn.
Heal instead of damage.
Civilius, it's your turn.
All right,
Thank you.
I
Okay.
will drink a healing potion because I am super hurt. My one greater that I have.
All right.
Francis gonna lay on hands.
10 plus 4, 14. Oh, that was weird. Okay, there we go. And then if it is still within range, I will hit it with a booming blade again.
Alrighty. Roll to attack.
And with advantage, because I'm still invisible.
Yeah, you are.
That will be 18 to hit.
18 hit. Did you make your concentration check when you took 48 points of fire damage?
Concentration on
Oh,
what?
you're not concentrating on invisibility.
I am.
That hits, I believe. What'd you get on the hit? Sorry. Oh,
18.
right. Hit.
6, 7. 15 points of fire, thunder,
You're good.
damage. It is wreathed in booming flame, and I need to remember that this time.
Booming energy. Cool, man.
So
That's
if
your
he
turn?
moves, he will take damage.
Sure thing. It's a she.
If she moves, she will take damage.
Sibelius Francis
Okay, Francis.
is grappled, but is not lifted off the ground or anything. So,
Right.
he can use his action to try to break it.
Yeah. Are you still super hurt?
Yes. I am still bloodied.
Okay.
I'm looking better, but I am still bloodied.
So, in that case, Francis is going to use his bonus action to use Channel Divinity Turn the Tide. So, are you bloodied also? No.
Indeed I am.
Okay. So, two creatures, both of you are within 30 feet of him. You will each get, that's, roll in the box, Alexis. Hey! 8 points of healing.
Wonderful.
Yep. That's bonus action. And then, action to lay on hands. Because you're still within touch. So.
Yeah, because you didn't move.
Yep. So, Francis will lay on hands and give you 25 points of healing.
Perfect. I am
Cool.
looking much better now.
That's hot.
Big turn.
That's
Big
Francis's
numbers.
turn.
Paladins are pretty powerful.
Yeah.
That's Francis' turn. Cloaky is going to move you up.
Did I say 20 or 25?
25.
Okay.
Was it 20?
He just floats you on
25
over
is
there.
fine. I just couldn't remember.
That's Cloaky's turn. Yeah, that's Cloaky's turn. Yeah, that's Cloaky's turn. Cloaky's learned his lesson about a shadow snare.
Yeah.
Justice, buddy, it's your turn. Sorry, actually. At the end of Cloaky's turn, Furnace is going to move with
It will take
Francis.
booming blade damage.
Sure,
if
roll it.
moves. So it will take 2d8 thunder, I believe.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. That's the thing that's going to happen.
I don't know. It will take 8 points of thunder damage.
8 points of thunder damage.
Uh-oh.
Alrighty. 8 points of thunder. Thundering energy erupts from it and leaves its form, damaging it. So that's all of its legendary actions. Moved with you. It also provokes an attack of opportunity. It left your
It
threatened area.
does.
Yeah.
And I still have advantage. So that is a 17 on the dice, plus 7. Which I'm assuming will hit. 5, 6, 7. 12 points of fire and slashing.
Nice. Ooh, Furnace is looking damaged. You can see this creature is starting to gain better awareness of its surroundings, and the shadow energy seems to give it this almost kind of maniacal movement, like there's this alternate memory, this alternate identity taking over this creature's form now that it's being truly threatened. The shadows keep wreathing away from it, growing ever larger.
Oh no.
That was at the end of Cloaky's turn, so Justice, it's your turn, buddy.
I'm going to move forward with my speed of movement, so I'm within 20 feet of it.
Is all it did was move?
Yeah, it was a legendary action.
Oh, I got it. Sorry.
You're fine.
Rose's turn.
So I will move within 20 feet. May I please, I didn't specify, and it'll be north of it
Sure.
on the map. Thank you. And then I'm going to throw 2 daggers at it.
Cool.
I'm going to, with my bonus action first, cast Hex upon it, and I'm
Okay.
going to give a disadvantage on Strength.
All right.
Does a 15 won't hit.
Miss? Just misses, actually.
Okay, neither attack hits.
Okay.
So that was my move. I'm going to use whatever remaining movement I have to move a little bit more north, some more distance between myself and it. So that was my movement. And my
Yeah, I'll say you're like there.
perfect.
Ah! Justice, that's your turn.
Correct.
Furnace's turn. Furnace is going to use its action to make 3 attacks on Francis. But first it's going to use, so when it's multi-attack, needs to see if it recharges. One thing at a time, Matt. Does not recharge its fire breath. It's going to just start spraying oil at a 30-foot cone. I will say it's going to hit Francis and 30 foot goes out, kind of like this. Probably couldn't hit. That's way too wide to hit both of you. I'm going to say it aims it this way. Gilly,
no.
Cloaky. Gilly, Cloaky, and Francis make dexterity saving throws. I'll make it for Cloaky. Oh no, he's already vulnerable to fire, so he's okay. He's fine. You can't get double to vulnerable. That's nice, isn't it?
So while she's rolling, can you double restrain
We roll once.
a creature?
No, a creature. Well,
Okay.
is as long as they're not by the same effect.
So
Does that make sense?
I think so. We'll
Like-
come back.
Yeah. Thank you.
Francis had a 9.
Okay, he's vulnerable to fire.
Right, and Gilly has
Till the end of the dragon's next turn.
Okay. And Gilly has a 20.
Alright, you were good. Slippery, but you're good. And Francis and Gilly and Cloaky's fine because he can't fail more than failing. That is the first part of the multi-attack. And then it's going to make 3 attacks on Francis. One with its bite. So it's only he's only grappled. So he's going to bite down. She's going to bite down.
Mm-hmm.
19 to hit Francis.
Gilly is going to cutting words.
Alrighty.
Say, keep your filthy mouth off of my friend! And 4. So
Alright.
it will not hit.
Alrighty. So it doesn't hit?
Doesn't hit.
Okay. So then it would just... and then it just lets Francis go. So Francis falls
Shit.
straight into the
Uh-oh.
lava.
Okay.
Oh no.
Can
Francis-
you shadow snare him?
I think I have to be falling to cast that. And I think it's within.
Oh no, you can cast it on a falling creature. You don't have to be falling yourself.
Yeah. Okay. So I will cast Featherfall.
So I believe he drops 60 feet around,
Yeah.
but he lands safely on the lava. Okay.
Well, then he wouldn't go boom into it. He would just.
Yeah,
Onto
well,
it.
yeah. He's not taking submerged damage the first time anyway, so he just lands on the lava. He is going to take.
It's going to be bad.
I'll say this: let's make him have a dexterity saving throw because it's a falling effect, and we generally do those for falling effects.
Natural 20.
All right, so he will take. It's not submerged damage, so he takes 10d10, which is 55 points of fire damage.
Okay.
Doubled and then halved, because he's resistant, right? He has his potion, he took a
Yeah.
potion.
Yeah.
So he takes 27 points of fire damage for now.
27 points of fire damage.
At the top of his turn, he will sink.
Okay.
And then, so that was a free thing, that you can just break a grapple at any time.
Right.
And then she's just going to fly on over, start having some fun.
Oh no.
She lands next to you, Justice. 'Cause
Hello.
He's invisible.
Gilly used her cutting words.
17 to hit.
That is a miss.
18 to hit.
Nope, miss.
Your armor class is 19 now?
Yes.
Nice.
I'm tucking and rolling for
So
this.
with these two swirling... No, you go ahead. Was it...
I've got it.
With two swirling claws, she tries to just turn you into Julianne, and you're like, whoa! And you drop up and flip and land in front of the dragon.
Justice doesn't say that. Chase says that.
That was Furnace's turn, whole turn. Her legendary actions come back. Stoker, Selena.
Okay, so I'm gonna drop Hex
Okay.
and cast Watery Sphere around Francis and pull him 10 feet off the magma.
Alrighty, do you have to see him? I would say if you move up to the thing, you can see him.
I'll gladly move forward if need
Okay.
be. Yeah, I will move all as far as I need to see him. That's fine.
What's the saving throw on that?
So he can choose to fail it.
That's true.
Is restrained by the sphere and engulfed by the water.
Does Francis choose to fail?
I would have
Yep.
called out.
He saw the watery sphere before, so.
Yeah. What do you
Sure.
call out, Selena?
I would have called out. Let me put you not on lava.
Poignant.
And he says,
Magma.
Oh,
Magma.
that sounds much better. So he willingly fails.
yeah.
Oh my god.
So I would say it lifts him up
Okay.
out of the lava. Wow, that is clutch. The next,
Wow,
the top of his
man.
turn, he would have taken 18d10.
It would have been really bad.
Terrible.
Vulnerable.
So that's why I asked if you could double restrain. Because
Yeah.
if I could restrain him into the sphere away from the dragon and keep him from being dropped at
Yeah,
least.
I think it generally becomes like a contest at that point. It depends on the overlapping effects,
So I lost Hex
Yeah.
because this is concentration.
for sure.
But Justice
And
has
then-
hex
Yep.
up, so we're good.
That's your action.
Yeah. And then I don't think I can move it as a bonus action. I think that's a full action.
Yeah, I think it is on the following. things.
Alrighty, and then we'll go ahead and.
I was so worried about him.
Oh man.
Yeah,
It was a 3rd level, so I can't do that.
5 foot, I think, radius
That
on
was a
that.
4th level.
Oh my gosh.
Yep, that's fun,
Clutch.
guys. Alrighty, then we are going to do a 1st level healing word on him in the sphere.
Much
Work.
appreciated.
Oh, thank you very much for that healing.
That's 3,
He
4.
can't say because he's inside of the water.
No,
Right.
That's 5. I can't count.
He heals 5.
All right.
Believe that's your turn,
It is.
Gilly.
Do I know if Cloaky's Shadow Snare can not damage?
It doesn't damage; it restrains.
Okay. Then I'll say, Cloaky, see if you can help with the shadow snaring on Francis if the watery sphere fails.
Let me check something real quick. Okay, let me check something.
Can he do that and still hold me?
It's his act. Yeah, he just.
He's
chooses
done
to
it
do
before, right? Okay.
All right, he'll try. I will say, he misses. He has to make an attack roll for it.
Oh, okay.
Slips right by Francis. Yeah,
Okay.
it's an attack roll.
Sure. So I'm going to, as Gilly...
Oh, that'll be on Cloaky's turn anyway.
Right, that's what I figured.
Yeah.
I have rolled nothing but ones for healing word.
Fun. 7.
He's gonna get another 7 points of healing. And
Oh my god.
Gilly is going to try frostbite on the dragon thing.
All right. So yeah, you're good. Makes it 16 plus a bajillion.
All right, great.
21.
Okay.
That's your turn.
It's my turn.
I will say at the end of your turn, she's going to make a, or they really, are going to make a bite attack against you, Justice.
Bring it on.
19.
That is just a hit.
So, is Francis within melee of the dragon? And can
No,
Francis attack
God,
through the
definitely
thing? Okay, just checking.
It hits.
Alrighty. You are going to take 18 points of piercing damage and 3 points of fire damage.
3 rounded down is 2, so 1.
Yeah. Are you? Did you make against? You did no oil spray. You're good. So 18 and 3.
Right.
And you are now grappled. Also, I need you to make a concentration saving throw for Hex.
Oop, that was the wrong direction. Hold on.
So 18 points of damage, 3 points of damage with half, so 18 plus 1 is 19.
Yep.
And then make your concentration saving throw, which is constitution base.
15.
You're good. It's
Excellent.
half the damage or 10.
Perfect.
Whichever's higher.
I'm in his mouth now.
It's she.
She. Sorry.
Crap. Oh, we're gonna do this. This will be fun.
Yep.
Yep.
That was the end of Gilly's turn. So, Sevilius.
How hurt does it look?
Very, very hurt.
Okay. I will position a 5th level fireball back so it catches its back. Where it won't hit Francis or Justice.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is 10d6.
Yep.
We'll make a dex saving throw.
A 5th level
16,
fireball?
A 5th level fireball.
Oh my god.
Doesn't make it. We'll use the second legendary resistance to automatically save.
There's a decent amount of 6s in there.
Yeah.
Plus. Yeah, it ain't making it. 8. So then it just chooses to save.
Was your hex strength too?
Yeah.
Yeah, 40 points of
Yeah.
fire damage, so it will take
Perfect.
20 points of fire damage.
Looking hurt. Very, very hurt.
And then I will move up next to its face, next to Justice.
Alrighty. You're not in the water. Okay, you're right there. Okay.
Yeah.
It occupies that square.
Or no, like 1 over.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So that was your turn, Francis. You are restrained, cannot move, disadvantage on attack rolls, and you're hovering above lava. That's your life. You want to cast any spells?
Nothing really to cast right now.
By default.
Because let's see. I mean, that is a. Oh. We'll try command on the dragon.
Okay.
I'm gonna hit you.
It
with
says
fire
creature.
stick. Just
Yep.
like that.
Are creatures who are immune to charm immune to command? Natural 20. Never mind.
Okay, that's the answer to that then.
Yep.
Damn. Okay.
So that's his action. Anything else? Can't move or anything.
Not as
so-
such.
All right. Good times.
Yep.
Cloaky's turn. Cloaky's last directive was a shadow snare. It does. It misses. Justice, your turn.
I'm going to attempt to punch it twice, right?
Yeah. You are grappled. Your just speed is 0. That's all it means.
Okay.
And you suffer from the grappled condition.
Two attacks.
Yep.
First one is a 26, and the second one is a 20.
Hit.
All right, sneak attack on the first one. It
This
has
is
its
gonna be
text
fun.
on. That is 8, 10, 15, 19 points of damage on the first one.
Okay.
And then...
How would you like to do this?
So it's got me in its mouth, and then I'm just going to take the zip-zap dagger with both hands and then just drive it right between its eyes and then wrench it around a little bit. And then pulse of electricity.
So you slash the zip-zap dagger into the furnace, the Umber Guard of the 11th engine. You can see for the first time as this dagger plunges deep into it, you can see metal on metal of the zip-zap dagger, same coloration, same style of make. These are two creatures cut from the same cloth, not creatures, objects of sorts, cut from the same cloth. As the zip-zap dagger slashes down, and there's a burst of lightning, and then you see this kind of...
Oh no.
I need Sovelius, Justice, and what's-his-face to make Constitution saving throws.
Oh,
Oh, no.
gosh.
Francis.
And I'm not my friends. This is both.
Let me check real quick.
Oh no.
And Selena and Gilly.
Oh, am I close enough? Constitution
You are.
saving, you said?
Yep.
Oh.
Okay. Just druid things. Just druid
Nope.
things. Fuck me!
This is real bad.
Okay, I need to roll this one more time.
Oh, wait.
Of course. Great. I maintain concentration, but I rolled a 4 on my Constitution saving throw. Natural 20 on the
14.
concentration.
14.
Oh my god.
You take 42 points of necrotic damage.
Okay.
Gilly?
So, both Gilly and Francis got lower than that.
42 points of necrotic damage. Shadow erupts. You guys can feel the strength sapped from your life force as this kind of
Francis is
roaring
down.
demon energy. Okay, he's unconscious and restrained.
Yep.
Did you make your watery sphere thing? What'd you get on your con?
So I got a
40.
4
Yeah.
against the burst of evil.
Yes.
And then a natural 20 on the concentration.
So you're good because you had to make 21. So you're good. Yeah, because you have natural 20, so you're good. Yeah. 42 points of necrotic damage. So
So
there's
is
this.
everyone down but me?
I'm up.
I'm up.
Okay.
Folks are out there just not looking too hard.
Francis is down.
Massive blast of death energy erupts from the dragon as its parts wrench apart and fly everywhere, and they fall into the lava. Some of them hitting the watery sphere, skittering, and the furnace, the Umber Guard of the 11th engine, is no more.
Oh man. Okay. Well then.
The
There's a thing
burble,
that happened.
the burble and anger of the lava. You can see the rivers of lava start to get higher, and you can see a wave almost start to hit. I'm assuming you're going to pull Francis up out of the river.
Of course.
So you lift him up as you see this kind of 10-foot tall lava wave. You can see there's this kind of shake,
And a healing word.
and the lava waves start to pick up. What are you guys doing?
Okay. Is Bram Stoker alive?
Bram-
Did he take the damage too?
He is stone cold dead.
So he's dead. I
Well, he's
can't
undead and then he's dead.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
That is 3 failed saves. He died.
Perfect. So
wah.
after checking that, I would have made sure that Francis got onto the walkway
Okay.
and then dropped concentration on that.
Okay.
And then as I'm walking through, whoever needs it, giving cure wounds, because that's going to be the fastest. Well, I probably would have gone to Francis because Justice is down.
So
I don't have
Gilly
any
put
potions.
10 points of healing up from a first level healing word, and then Francis is just going to use the rest of his 20 lay on hands
Yeah.
on himself
Alrighty.
right now.
So go ahead and make a death saving throw, Justice.
Oh, you're down. Then he's going to
Just-
he's laying.
I am
Right,
but you
standing
used
there
your
like
first
yelling
action
at
to
you
bring
guys.
him out,
Help
and now you're
Justice.
I'm sorry.
He's down.
So go ahead and make a death saving throw, Justice.
Oh my god, I don't have
You
any.
have 2 death saving
I have 2
throws.
death saves, guys.
I don't
He
have
lays
any way to
hands
heal
on
him.
you. If the
No, because Francis.
Oh,
Francis got brought. Everyone calm down. It's all right.
We're
It's all right.
good.
We'll get
We're
there. Yeah, you 2 death saving
It's
throws.
alright.
So
The next
Justice's
turn.
turn passes. Selena, what are you doing?
I would have been rushing forward to do cure wounds.
Okay. So then you set Francis down like a little piñata, and then you rush forward 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You just make it.
Can I make like a medicine check on him to stabilize?
Are you proficient in
14
medicine?
No.
points.
probably
14
not.
points.
No, that was
I just
It
opened
is a
my
thing, but
eyes.
you gotta be proficient.
Oh,
So much damage. Thank you.
Yeah, 14 points.
Oh, goodness gracious. Thank you.
All right. Good times. D&D's fun, guys.
I say, oh.
Gilly spends her last healing word on, or her last first level spell on healing word for justice. It's a 7.
Thank you.
Oh.
I was afraid for a moment that I was going to go back to a memory palace.
Just dying left and right.
And then I'm looking for an exit.
For the lava.
Yeah, the final exit. Just pitching yourself in. The exit is the way you came. Best as you can tell.
There's no secondary exit?
You can search around for one. You want to roll perception?
Yeah.
All right, roll perception.
Don't they know anything about OSHA and building codes? They should have a clearly marked exit.
No, because we decided there was an exit out this way
there was
because
nowhere
there
to
was the
come in
gold
'cause they
door
were
behind
pulling
us with the
slaves.
treasure room that they wouldn't bring the slaves through.
Yeah,
So-
we decided that. We didn't necessarily know that was a thing.
Yeah.
I think
They
that
flew in on a dragon.
18.
Okay, so in your panic, you're looking around. Yeah, I mean, this is technically it's within city boundaries. You see a lot of mountains. You see the lava beneath you. You're assuming that if you these pipes go somewhere. You could try climbing them or flying upwards. You could also just trying to make your way like out and over and past and go just run away from the city. But you don't know how you'll get back to the mountain to the umbral door if you do that.
Okay.
There's a way out of here, but it's tricky.
Okay.
So I can teleport. Well, I can teleport.
Over the river and through the woods, or back the way we came, full of dwarves that probably want to kill us now.
Was this loud?
Yes.
We should get going.
So the lady
Here.
at the gate said that we could fuck with this one, but I don't know that she's going to act like in the face of her superiors be able to hold us to that.
God, no.
Vera, do you seem to know a way out? Did they lead you guys in a different passage?
I was unconscious when I got brought here.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
perhaps we make our way into the city. We could hide in a...
Francis says, well, what if we just go back to that nice lady at the gate and explain what we did for her?
That sounds like a terrible idea, Francis.
Is it
Sounds like a horrible idea.
Or perhaps it's a good one.
It is.
If we just explain that we, were rescuing this little girl here, should be fine.
So I'm not worried about her. I'm worried about whoever pays her.
Regardless, we should move away from
We
the
didn't
magma.
do him or her any favors.
Yes.
So you guys are going to head away from the city of Ungoli into the unknown lands? Or are you going to try to trek around along the volcano? What do you guys want to try to do? Sneak on through and hope for the best?
Perhaps if we move slightly inward, we could take a short rest, and then we could try to sneak back through town.
You mean outward, yeah.
Outward,
Away from
yeah.
the city.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Roll
Yeah.
stealth, folks. I'm assuming you're trying to get away unnoticed. Because there's a bunch of workers here who are probably now spilling in.
Mm.
Yeah.
I do not have any key points to use for Pass Without Trace.
I can pass without a trace us at a 4th level.
Glorious.
Oh my god.
Because I'm out of second level spell slot.
Amazing.
It is a good use of resources.
Okay.
Yeah.
Roll stealth, folks.
Also, I would have cure wounds myself while we were having that conversation, by the way,
All right.
because I'm all sorts of potentially dead.
I'll drink a greater healing potion.
I'm doing
write that
too
down.
many things at once.
I shall.
I'm bloodied, but I can't heal myself anymore.
You don't got any potions?
I used it, not die. I have
So-
minor healing.
Stealth. For
I'll ask for
Gilly?
him in a
okay.
minute.
I'll hand you a greater healing potion, Civilius.
Is Cloaky still out?
Yes.
I mean, I'll be
It was,
fine
but if
as
we're
long
trying
as
to
we can
sneak
rest.
away,
Up to you.
then I'll just
Drink it now.
I'll
Okay.
just put Cloaky back on.
Okay.
Because we're not being
Alrighty,
pushed
stealth
into lava
rolls,
right
folks. Civilius, what'd you
now.
get?
Magma.
30.
30? Gilly? Francis?
Francis has a 23,
Yeah.
and then Gilly has a 29.
Does he have heavy armor on? Did you roll with disadvantage?
I didn't.
29, 30. Yeah. Because he's got AC of like 18 or something, so he's got plate or whatever.
That makes sense. 12.
Justice?
36.
So we got 2.
No, sorry, 13.
Yeah, he got 2.
He got it too. Yeah.
Okay.
32.
Okay, you guys are good. You manage to sneak away. You pass through the first. You actually find a way basically up the pipe and through. There is no exit built in. You guys don't know how they got these people in here. You don't know. It's too much to think about. You just kind of press on through. You climb up the pipes. You don't go all the way up like crazy people because you decided not to, but you go past and over on the other side of the volcano and start to make your way down through kind of etchings. What you can see are probably past that people have tried to escape the engine, and there you see scattered corpses, bones at the bottom of a ravine, little stairs, places where people have clearly like grabbed on for quite some time and eventually fallen. And you are now making your way circuitously down the other side of this volcano.
Seems like a delightful place.
So, hang on. He came here first, sister. Why did we come here again? Why did we want past the umbral door?
To save Mr. Bones.
Mr. Bones, we did that. Okay.
Yeah, we're done.
All missions accomplished. We just
Bam.
need to get out.
That sounds dirty.
I wish I had Skyrim
And-
so I could play this one.
Probably, hopefully.
A place to do the ritual.
What I call it.
I mean, maybe we could send, if we can get back out and somehow back into Fort Mountain Hall without going back through the umbral door, then
I
do not think
then maybe
possible.
Francis wouldn't have to give up his sword.
I would very much appreciate that. I really like my sword. It's a good sword. Helps me fight all sorts of undead.
There certainly are a lot of them.
It's also an excellent nightlight.
It is
That's
that.
true.
Is there more than
Very
one
right.
umbral door in and out of wherever we are?
We would assume that there'd be an umbral door wherever the dwarves
Somewhere
ended up.
else.
So
Elders
go ahead and
Rise.
In
roll,
Elder's Rise.
roll religion.
I
Selena.
will. Oh, me? Oh, no.
You asked.
I asked the group.
Can't help with that.
Okay, that's fair. You asked. No, you asked the group.
Would I know any from history?
Anyone
from
who's
the wars?
proficient in religion.
I will give you guidance because I asked.
You're like,
Neither I nor Francis are proficient.
there's this
so-
brief kind of stare,
I'm
and she
not
just like touches
proficient
one of
in
you.
what you
So then one of you just roll straight with a d4. Do it. Probably you. Or,
Me?
yeah.
Okay.
It's wisdom. Or no, it's intelligence
It's
based. No, civilians roll.
Yeah.
Trying to save you guys.
Save us from ourselves.
Plus a d4.
Plus a d4, please.
I got a max. So
I still think religion is wisdom based from 4th edition days.
15,
Yep.
18, 11 on the dice, plus 4 from the guidance, and then a plus 4 to my religion check.
18 total, did you say?
18 total.
Okay.
So, yeah, kind of what Gilly hinted at. You would assume like an umbral door probably isn't a singular thing. The umbral doors are the things that connected the umbral roads together.
Mm-hmm.
The issue is no one knows where the other ones are. You've never read anything. There have been explorations, but they are rarely fruitful. It is assumed that there is one on the other side of the continent near Kelvarken and Anne of Kelrim, but
It's a bit of a walk.
The other side of
It's a
the
bit of
continent.
a track. I don't think we want to do that.
so you guys are just sitting there alone in the darkness. Only the light of the sunblade keeps the denizens of the umbral roads at bay.
Oh my god.
Clutched in 15 feet or 30 of light.
Well,
Perhaps we should
wherever
take
we
a
get
short
to a
rest.
place,
Yeah, we should
I'll
definitely
make a
take
hut.
a short rest.
All right. Someone roll me investigation. No, survival. Because this is about finding natural outcroppings and things like that.
Neither of us are going to do that.
Hashtag no survival.
We are a diverse group of people who should not be out in the wilderness.
Yes.
That's 16 plus 4.
All right. You're able to find a nice defensible kind of cave outcropping kind of thing.
That's not already full of other people trying to.
They scatter
defensible-
away once you come around.
Get it over here!
Singed.
This is our hole now.
This is
We'll live here.
This is the campaign now.
No, we'll settle down here. It's our fort, like under.
So as you guys descend off of the volcano and find your way into what must be an umbral road, doesn't look like the most... It's not as well kept as the one that you passed through before, which wasn't well kept at all. You pass through the rough kind of terrain and end up in a little cul-de-sac, and you can hear Ding, 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 ding. Coming from the city of Ungoli.
Cows.
So,
Once you have that hut up, we should extinguish this sword.
so the hut, the light won't get through the hut.
Oh, okay. I'm okay with this.
Like a night
Yeah.
light inside
Yeah.
the hut.
Believe so?
So the hut,
Sound, yes. Visuals, no.
I will make as camouflage as I can.
Okay.
Where we are.
Yeah.
And
Sticks and corpses.
Pass Without a Trace is still up.
Yeah.
And we'll just.
Oh no, because I guidanced him, so there's no pass without a trace.
Nice.
We're sitting over here talking. Or we're going to rest for an hour anyway.
So go ahead and declare the short rest.
I'll gain back pass without a trace.
I
Sorry for honesty.
will not
That's
sing.
honest.
You're fun.
I will not sing my song of rest
Dun, dun, dun,
because
dun,
that
dun.
seems like it's unwise.
The wilderness. Can you just hum it? It's a
That
joke.
still makes noise.
Nervous humming in the hut.
If she starts humming, I'm just.
Holding, suffocating Gilly like a baby about to cry.
Exactly. It's like,
Cast silence quickly.
I can't yet.
I will say for this, folks, roll me stealth checks again.
Without pass without a
Correct.
Oh no.
Disadvantage for Francis.
Yeah, this is gonna be a problem, guys.
I will give guidance to Francis.
That's
I'll say
good.
with advantage. rather than
Francis
two
will
separate
need
rolls.
it.
I'll see.
This will be for
I'll run
Francis.
Mm.
Okay. Okay. All right. Now, please, Gilly, don't fail this. I can't believe I rolled this well. Okay. Francis
Mm-hmm.
has, on the disadvantage, rolled it. Oh, that's a 16, not an 18. Rolled a 16 and a 17.
So what's his
And so 21 is the total
for
because
Francis?
plus guidance.
Oh, right, cool.
And
Okay.
Then, and then Gilly is at a 22.
Okay.
22.
14.
I rolled a 19.
27, not 20.
Just one failure. You guys are good. So you guys hear.
Pass each other out.
So what you hear and kind of see is like they couldn't have gone far. And you see a squadron of those kind of volcanic one. 3 of them are volcanic. The other are the umbral metal looking one, the dark metal shadow looking ones. And the person between them is someone you have not seen before. They are a dwarf. Their body is almost purely made of a kind of wreathing and flowing fire. Where there is not fire, there are orbs of shadow turning through this person's body. You can see through them. In place of where organs might be, seeing through someone's body, there are just kind of worm-like creatures swimming around in this fire, and they are wreathed in an orb-like shadow.
Oh.
They swim around and articulate the parts of this creature, of this dwarf, and they look around. You can see they look in that little alcove.
No.
Did Farrah make a stealth check? Yeah, she did. Actually, she did. They couldn't have gone far. Keep searching.
Concern.
Get the banshees. They can always find life. I know. And they move on.
God damn it!
So we're taking a short rest right now
Mhm.
in a hut.
You've successfully completed your short rest.
Oh, thank God.
If there was a
So-
scene anyone would like to create, a very quiet scene, they may do so.
No, I'm just going to
The
use
hit
hit
dice.
dice.
That is the scene I do. Is me spending hit dice.
That's my narrative contribution. Spending hit dice. Very quietly.
Oh my god.
What? It's just a dwarf made of fire who has worms for organs.
Is his name
I
Tap?
want to go back
We'll
to
find
the
out.
bathhouse. Not the fire
Okay.
death area.
Hey, that's nice.
Okay, I have
roll back
taken
on my healing.
short rest.
I'm back up to full. Exactly.
I
Okay,
get
so-
22 back.
Francis and Gilly are both going to be spending some hit dice. I'll let you know how many.
Yeah, I did 4 hit dice.
Alright.
I spent 6.
Holy crap.
Okay, and then I'm going to do my
I'm still not
natural
at full.
my natural recovery too.
I'm still relatively far from it. And I will do arcane recovery.
So for the first time in a while, you guys spend a short rest in basically silence and fear. Having been through quite an ordeal, how you guys so often are, you saw a creature that confounded your very senses. And that's saying something for people who've been to the void twice, at least. And the silence just takes you, and you listen to the kind of strange noises that the Umbral Roads have to offer, all gathered in this hut under this kind of welcoming light. The half-orc paladin and Vera converse somewhat, but she is a terse, intelligent but terse young woman. I appreciate you guys saving me. That majorly sucked, everything about that. It's been a couple months. Yeah. Major bummer.
Sorry you had to go through that. I'm glad we were able to get you out. Help with Francis. We never would have found you.
Ooh. Francis says, yeah, it's so good to see you, Vera. Why'd you receive such a harsh punishment? Vera's just like, I don't know. He's like, huh. He says, I don't think you did anything wrong, Vera. You like to troublemaker and rabble-rouse every now and then, but you haven't done anything worth being in prison, do you? No.
Insight check.
Roll insight.
2. She's telling the truth.
Yeah, she's being a little cagey, but yeah, she's probably telling the truth. She's probably just nervous, rattled. He goes, yeah. He says, when we get back to Fort Mountain Hall, we'll just have Lord Campton take the issue up with the, local lords and set this whole thing straight. I don't think they know that the King of the Warrens is down there. I don't think they know they're a lich.
I'm pretty sure they probably know.
Oh, no, definitely not.
Oh, they're all vampires. They know.
It's Lord
They're her
Campton,
vampires.
a vampire.
He's in Fort Mountain Hall,
No,
and he's a
he's
lord.
definitely not a vampire. He's my employer.
Then I think he's the only Lord that's not in
He's-
Fort Mountain Hall.
He's probably a vampire.
Oh, he's not a lord of Fort Mountain
Then what is he?
Hall. Well, I actually never asked. He just calls himself Lord Campton.
And from where does he reside?
Somewhere south of here, in an area called Rustville.
Does that place sound familiar?
Roll history.
You have a
I'm
map.
really good at this one.
You have a map.
It's not of this continent.
We do have a map, though. Which
20.
I'll switch to. 20. Rustville is an interesting little town. It is actually technically located on the border of Imperia and the rest. So it's located at about we'll say on the map, we'll zoom in and stuff. We'll say it's located somewhere in this region. China, just north of the forest and just south of the I'm sorry. Yeah, no, that's correct. Just north of the forest and just south of the mountains, the Draco Sierras.
I will relay this information to the rest of the group.
Yeah, that's where he's from at least. But he stays around Fort Mountain Hall a lot. I stay at his place.
I would recommend that instead of trying to bring it up with any authorities in Fort Mountain Hall, you simply try to escape with the life of yourself and your sister.
Why?
Because, as we have repeatedly told you, Fort Mountain Hall is infested with vampires. So is the government. The Lich is in control of people. We have seen this with our own eyes.
Roll persuasion.
Do I get anything for telling them the truth?
Nah, the truth is irrelevant.
Can I assist him in persuasion check?
Sure.
Riddled with vampires.
19.
I will say there are an awful lot of disappearances among some of the servants. Or not in Lord Campton's estate. He doesn't really have that many. I'm mostly it. But I suppose you're right. It's possible. It's possible that on occasion, one or two of the lords might be a vampire. But that's okay, because I have my sunblade. And he holds it up. He's like, so I could just go up to any of the... And it's like really bright and obviously pure sunlight. He's like, I'll just walk up to each lord and just be like, hey. And whoever gets burned by it is a vampire. And then I will stab him.
Perfect.
I mean, that seems
you do
sound.
that. Excellent.
He'll do the
Great
sword
idea.
and shield.
Can we meet Lord Campton when we get back?
Oh yeah, he's very friendly.
Perfect.
He has taken care of me ever since I was a wee boy.
And
That's
he's
good.
not-
Fortunately, we still have a predicament of getting through the Emerald Door with your sword and blade intact.
I believe that
Absolutely.
we could use stealth and subterfuge. I can help make us difficult to track.
Could the information on the dwarves be a good enough trade for the Sunblade for your aunt? Because we don't care if she knows that one of the forges is out and there's a bunch of more undead that she's not controlling?
She's probably very interested in having that Sunblade, or at least having it disposed of, being a lich and all.
Well...
How far is it to the umbral door from the outside in the Shadesville?
From Shadesville?
So from going from Shadesville to where the umbral door is, what is the distance?
Depending on circumstance, 2 to 4 hours.
In feet.
Oh, I don't know.
1,000.
Several
500.
thousand.
So
Yeah, it'd be a mile at least.
Got it.
Yeah, 2 to 4 hours would be...
Yeah, a couple
I didn't know if
But-
it was like 500 feet into
As the
big
worm
room or
crawls.
whatever.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and sometimes with Fort Mountain Hall, they could be on top of each other and you just have to, like, go
Right.
around. Yeah.
Got
Yeah.
it.
It's like the 200 miles.
I would say not dimension doorable.
Got it. That is
Would
what I was
be the
going for.
Bahir's lair dimension doorable? Because that was
No.
much closer.
That was actually outside Shadesville. That was actually even further in.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah.
saw it as a V in my brain.
It was,
Perhaps we should first focus on
Kind of.
escaping this predicament and getting back on the Umbral Road on our way back to Fort Mountain Hall.
That's probably a good idea.
we're already on an Umbral Road, so right there's good.
Perfect. We're halfway there.
We are living
Not
on a
really.
prayer.
Hey, I know that song.
So, how would you guys, folks, like to make it on your way back?
So you mentioned, so we're on the outskirts of the city,
Mhm.
and it's kind of like around the volcano. So it's
Yeah.
a circular shape. It's like a whatever. So maybe we use, we can use lots of uses of Pass Without a Trace, which I can cast multiple times, and it'll last an hour. And maybe we literally just try to use stealth to make our way around the city.
Around the city?
That's probably our
That
best bet, is getting away from this place as
So,
fast as possible.
let's say the Umbral Road kind of led up like this, right? And then Ungoli is this city that kind of is around... It's around this mountain, a volcano, and the volcano kind of intersects like a Venn diagram. A bit more, quite considerable bit more than that, more than half. And then you guys are kind of on this at the end of time. You need to find... There's probably not a pathway like this. You can't go here. That's not a thing that you can do, so we'll just cross that out. And then, so you can either choose to do this and hit the Umbral Road and then go back around, or go this way. Basically, we'll call it east or west around Ungoli.
What about West?
Nope. Or you can go straight through. Up to you.
I believe that
Ruined our beautiful map.
if I were a... It's like permanently
You'll pay
on there.
for your
You ruined
crimes.
every
Yeah.
copy.
You'll pay tomorrow, don't worry.
I was half expecting you, Matt, to somehow draw a dick on the screen.
No,
You almost had it.
I'm not a juvenile.
You almost had it.
Okay, but I am.
How many of us can fly again?
Loki
can.
can help me.
2, and
You
she
can,
can
you can.
at 40 feet around. It's pretty good.
Oh, 40 feet.
Assuming he dashes.
Oh, okay.
I can make someone into an incorporeal cloud of gas that is extremely slow but can fly for 1 hour. It would be slower than moving on
20
foot.
feet.
Yeah. I was answering the question literally.
You can, yes. Because during this short rest, I could give somebody... No, we have 2 more people.
I believe that we will have to
Yeah.
make this on foot.
No, I say we just track it. Stay as... Do the shortest path around the city, come around.
But I don't want to go past the front door of the city again.
I mean, if we come...
If we go around...
If you go east, you'll get basically closer to the city, but not in front of its gate. If you go west, you'll have to double back and go around. But you'll be
Correct.
further away from the city on your way there at first. So it's either close than far away, or far away than close. Really fucking close. So
Then let us go close then far away if the other route is really...
yeah, it's really in front of the gate. It's the Umbral
Well,
Road.
then,
so-
yeah, let's...
Then let's do the other route.
Let's do that,
the
and I
safest
will
route.
pass without a trace us on opposites to
Right.
him.
First leg of the journey getting past the city, we'll say. Go ahead and everyone roll stealth checks.
Are you doing pass without a trace first or mine?
I thought you said you were, then I'll do.
Okay, perfect.
Alright,
Thank
this
goodness.
is okay. This is fine.
Did you get your
Man.
plus 10?
I did.
Okay.
Okay.
This is fine.
Francis has a 22,
All right.
and Gilly has a 23.
Celius?
18.
Okay.
21.
Yeah?
27.
All right, so I will say, so to do this in reverse order, actually. So you guys get up over the volcano and now are on the outskirts of the city, passing by the city now. So that was to get approached onto the city. So we'll do this in 3 parts. Second phase, and so as you approach the city and start to go by, you can see there is a large litany of guards on these towers and on the outside of each furnaces. You're hitting now the part, though, you see you chose wisely, because even though you are closer to the city, there's only about 3 furnaces on this side. Whereas to go back the other way, you would have hit all other 10 guard stations. And but you can still see they're looking out. They have goggles. They have these crossbows that are made of some kind of translucent metal, shiny kind of material, and they have these dark whirling balls. You can see some of them have those kind of worms in them that seem to be ready to be loaded and launched. Oh god! And they're just looking out. And just periodically they're throwing out fireballs. There's mages up there. They're just like, so it's like.
Oh no!
And there are these kind of dragon cannons that are perched atop that are periodically launching. First is off. Make stealth checks, folks.
Matt?
Was that a full hour?
Yeah.
Okay, so you've done Pass Without a Trace this time?
Yes, I will.
Gilly is going to give an inspiration to Civilius, to Vera, to Francis.
D8.
D8s.
Oh my god.
You can see in the sky of the city there are banshees descending
Oh,
and flying around, and they seem to be trying to
Banshees.
detect life.
This is gonna be so bad, guys.
Matt,
Yeah.
you're the worst.
It's the city of Ungoli.
I love
You have inspiration.
This is fine. I know. I did. I used it.
All right.
Oh, no.
Francis, roll with disadvantage. I'm sure you got it.
Yep. Okay, so Francis has a 27.
Okay.
Remember, Vera had an inspiration.
Francis
as
at
well.
27. Okay. Yeah. Vera's good. She's
Gilly-
actually pretty stealthy. You can tell
Okay.
she's a bit of a criminal.
Yeah.
She did nothing wrong.
No, she's legit. She's
Not like a horrible criminal, but this girl knows what she's doing.
Gilly had a 21.
Okay.
19.
32.
Okay.
18. I rolled a natural 2.
I would like everyone to make dexterity saving throws.
Fuck.
I rolled a nat 5, and then I
Everyone
rolled
has
a
a
1 on
plus
my
2 to their saving
inspiration.
throw, right? Because we're within...
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
so
assuming you guys are really huddled. I'm assuming.
Okay.
Yeah.
My god.
Dexterity.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Okay.
10, 12, 16.
Gilly has
Good
a
night,
19,
everybody.
Oh my god.
Do you need
32,
guidance?
35.
Because I don't have Pass Without a Trace.
Guidance doesn't
What
work on
it-
a saving throw.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So, Vilius, I think you might have thrown this.
Oh no. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, my lover. Goodbye, my friend.
Alrighty.
26.
You take, so 43 halved to 21, and if fire resistance is gone, so 21
Correct.
points of fire damage.
Ouch.
19.
19 makes it. 43, and then halved to 21. Yeah.
14.
43 points of fire damage.
Absorb elements?
Yep. Still available to you. You guys are you guys aren't resistant, so you can use absorb elements now.
That's okay.
Gilly has 21,
21 points of fire damage.
and Francis has a 22.
All right, 22, 21 points of fire damage. So you can see one of the mages that seems to just be launching fireballs like nobody's business. Actually, from across, as their voice hits you like, that's not a sorcerer, and you hear druidic. This is a druid who is just a druid of the volcano launching fireballs. And it's like, something's over there, and just launches a ball of fire, and it erupts at 5th level. 10d6, and you guys are rocked. I need everyone to make stealth checks, but whoever's maintaining concentration on Pass Without a Trace, roll for your Constitution saving throw first to decide if we have it.
Nope. Rolled a 5.
Alrighty, so everyone make stealth checks without the plus 10.
Goodbye, everybody.
We're screwed, guys. This is gonna be bad.
Oh, yeah, this is going to be real bad. It's going to be real bad.
Don't forget the +2.
It's not a saving throw.
Oh, that's right.
Wow.
Ability check.
So lovely.
Wow.
So you guys are just still
Francis
trying to
pulling
hide.
through. Francis is pulling
Francis?
through. Francis has a 17.
Okay. You good?
Gilly has a 19.
Okay, you're good.
17.
Just makes it.
26.
Just makes it. Or not just makes it, you make it.
9.
It's only one failure. It's only 2 failures out of 6. You guys are good. So
Oh,
she
thank the God.
said, you hear, she's like, I'm not, bring some banshees over here. We've got furnaces over here too. Even though one of them's down. And you can hear the kind of cry of a wail across the city. And you can see a couple banshees start to fly over. You guys rush forward. As you make your way past onto the Umber Road, so you've made 2 total successes. I need one more round of stealth checks to see if you get away from the banshees,
Okay.
basically.
So I would also pass without a traces one last time.
All right.
And I will
This
put out
last
there,
hour.
if there was a time in which it seemed like it would be very advantageous to use silence, I would
Oh
do
yeah,
so.
the whole time.
Okay, like
Yeah.
if this would get, I don't know, we can't get advantage, but if this is going to give us
No,
like
but
a
I can
success-
alter the DC.
Okay,
Yeah.
I will use...
Wouldn't
so-
silence not give Francis disadvantage on the stealth check?
I'm not sure. However Matt wants to rule it.
How does that...
No, it's still cumbersome and stuff. It's not sound-based,
Okay.
entirely sound-based.
Oh, Christ.
I will cast silence then on the group when it's advantage.
Yeah, no, it helps. I would say it lowers their roll, like it lowers the DC.
Gilly's gonna inspiration again to the same 3.
Okay.
Let's roll.
Oh, for me, my stealth check, we have passed without trace. 29.
Okay.
18.
Okay.
24. Okay. Yeah.
18. So
Yeah, she's fine.
25 for Francis and 24 for Gilly.
25, 24. You're good.
Okay.
So 2 failures again. You guys are good. The banshees fly over, and you can see this kind of more concerted effort. You see them abandon the 11th engine and start to move over. You see, but you guys scurry away onto the Umber Road.
Oof.
You guys make it past a regiment and a patrol of guards. Just as you're about to crest over, you stop and hang there for a moment. And as they pass by you, crisscrossing, well, not crisscrossing, they move away, and you can see this other regiment coming. But you guys skirt in the roads and start running.
I wrote all my inspirations.
Alrighty.
Oh boy.
Within a given amount of time, you guys press on to the Umbral Door. You try to? Or you just beelining it? Or how would you like to make
it?
it?
2 days out here, right?
It was a full day
It was a
travel.
full day.
Day there,
We
day
should-
back.
Take another rest. I don't want to go through
Yeah.
that
We
door.
put as much distance as we can and
Yeah.
then find a place off the beaten path to...
You gonna take an extended rest on the Umbral Road?
We'll have to, I think,
Yeah.
unless we just press
If
forward
we're
overnight.
looking
know
at
what else to
exhaustion,
do.
I think.
Yeah, you guys are threatening exhaustion at this point. Yeah, that would
Yeah.
be true. You would be exhausted 100%. Yeah.
Yeah,
Then I believe
because
that
it's still the same day
Yep.
when we fought, and
Yep.
then yeah.
So you guys make your way into the Umbral Road, and the coldness greets you. After a safe distance, I'm assuming Francis would turn the sunblade back on. You guys assume is a safe distance. With that, we're gonna go to break.
We forgot to loot the motherfucking undead dwarf.
We didn't have time.
His lava corpse.
You might have had time. Who knows, right?
Lava corpse.
So let's look at my little thing here. Thank you guys if you're enjoying the stream night. Remember to follow. We would like to thank the following: the Intrepid VA, Mindman0691, Grog Mastersons, Grogbot, okay, Ellis228, The Sudden Death, Andolan the Twitchbuster, Jeff Bomb 911. Thank you, Pyromancer, for subscribing.
You're welcome.
Thank
5
you,
months.
Salty K, for resubscribing.
5
Thank you to
months,
me,
too.
who subscribed during our week as well.
5 months as well.
You know how they do this? They don't actually pay themselves to subscribe. They use Twitch Prime.
Uh-huh.
So if you have
For free.
Amazon
You do
Prime
it for free.
come subscribe to us, and we're awesome. You can't use it anywhere else, just on our channel.
Yeah, it's the only one. We
It
got
doesn't-
to deal.
it
It doesn't work anywhere
We
else.
gotta
on
deal
Twitch.
with
It only
Amazon.
works on our channel.
It's exclusive.
Jeff Bezos and I are like this. Not really.
That's not a
You'll
thing
Just
that
through
is.
the roof.
You're the best friend of his mistress, right?
Oh God.
Oh
yeah.
boy, let's not.
Anyway.
I'm sitting of worms tonight. Gilly's sitting of worms tonight. We don't need to open another can.
And I think these people didn't get thanked on stream because I don't remember thanking them. Lord Cluck, it was 7 days ago. I think they might have streamed on the rebroadcast.
Oh,
Lord
okay.
Cluck, Patient Zerov, Yeah, those two followed during the rebroadcast. So
Oh, hey, guys.
thank you guys for following.
Woo.
We'll be back in about 15 or 20 minutes.
And we've seen some of you in the Discord, and it's really good to see. So
Yeah.
make sure to check that out.
We uber appreciate it. We'll be back. Hello, folks. We are back. We just had some very delicious lemon cake.
Yeah.
Liz and Rob, I don't know who was the primary baker on this one. Doesn't matter. Well, Liz was, okay?
I did the tacos.
Oh, my shirt's bleeding
tonight.
Huh?
I did the tacos tonight.
Oh, nice. They have fed us with tacos, and I've eaten lemon cake, which is my favorite. It's my birthday tomorrow, and they've already baked me another one.
Yeah. This is a different one.
It's a different one because
Yes.
we
There's
couldn't
different
decide.
recipes, and I think it'll be better. I don't think this one was lemony enough.
I don't know. It was really good.
So
It was so good.
So much.
So tomorrow's going to be a little richer because there'll be lemon curd involved in meringue. We'll take a picture, post it on social media.
Yeah.
Go find me.
I can't wait. It's seriously great. Thank you guys. Thank you very much. You guys spoil me. Spoil all of us. All right. So we've returned now with the... Oh my god, my shirt is bleeding so bad. It's like so ridiculous. I'm just going to put this sweater on.
And then you'll be hot.
Yeah, it's all right. I'll open it
That's
with
You're putting it on backwards.
I do that all the time. So anyway, folks, we're back. This is nice, disembodied voice.
Ooh,
What's
the
it-
ghost.
We've returned, not even close. We've returned. They have just
You gotta do
defeated
that.
the Guardians of the 11th Engine. What is this? The Guardians of the 11th Engine, Stoker Brom and Brund, and the
I used to do it better.
Furnace.
Bram Stroker, you mean?
Yeah. They narrowly
Stroker,
escaped
excuse you.
the...
You said stronger.
I did, because I
Yikes.
messed it up
Hardly
twice.
know her.
Stricken that.
These guys.
We have derailed.
Yeah, a little
Your
bit.
hair's a
Sorry.
mess.
Oh, isn't it though? It didn't start off strong, and this is not helping it.
Sensual.
It's a good analogy.
Oh gosh, I don't want to tell you what it looks like.
All right. Now they have narrowly escaped the guards of Ungoli and have made their way a couple hours down the Umbral Road back to Fort Mountain Hall. Near the now trying to make their way to the Umbral Door, but then are stopping for an extended rest.
Mm-hmm.
For better or for worse.
Okay. I don't ask this often. Who would like to helm the first watch?
Well, we're in the hot.
We could do it in
Clarify.
pairs, even,
Mhm.
actually.
Yeah.
I can helm a first watch.
I can watch whenever. I don't
I'll
care.
join her with it. We can do it in pairs. There's so many of us now.
Who would like to helm the first watch? Raise your hand. Okay, those two.
Oh, great.
You almost left her hanging.
Wow.
No,
Great,
We're
great
safe.
perception.
We're
Turn
safe.
around. We're gonna be great.
You're catching everything.
The charisma over here.
This is how we die.
Roll perception, folks.
I'll just,
Okay. Together or?
I'll just aid you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Francis and I should take watch together.
Oh no.
Nothing could go wrong with that.
Yeah, that sounds like a terrible idea. Let's not.
Talking instead.
The over and under. So
Thank you for that advantage. The green dice did great.
58%. Okay. What was your total?
23.
Okay. You guys are able to. So you see these creatures that are kind of stalking around in the darkness at the edge of it, and they, whenever you kind of notice that they're there, they scurry away.
Can I druid craft them with little puffs
Bring that.
of air to basically like shoo?
Can they even see us through the hut?
The creatures are stalking.
Oh.
Not all creatures are sight-based.
Okay,
Some,
okay.
yeah.
I was just
no.
confused at like how they could see her see them. It's fine. Never
They
mind.
can smell our fear.
It's very dark here.
Or
So,
maybe a tiny cloud of
and then they
rain.
scurry away.
Splash them with water.
Francis.
All right.
Yeah. So, well, Druidcraft I think has a range, so no, it can't travel through the hut. That's how the huts work, unless
Oh
you're
yeah.
friendly to it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, let's not mess with that. We
So,
will not screw with the hut.
first watch closes.
Okay.
Francis and Gilly should take the next watch,
Nope.
obviously.
Okay.
Civilian subjects to this.
Oh, to the three of us
Civilius,
then.
you want to stay up with us?
Yes, I will stay up
Okay,
with you.
great.
If he's gonna stay
Okay.
up, I'm gonna cast enhance ability on Sibelius before going to bed.
All right.
That's smart.
Civilius, helm, roll perception with advantage because you have enhanced ability.
Yep. Because they won't be helping me.
Correct.
Or watching at all.
Correct.
Just making out in the corner.
21.
What?
I'm just joking around.
How did that make any sense? He's been hitting on you.
21?
21.
Maybe
So-
you two are making out.
there is this kind of scurrying from the shadow. Comes up against the hut. Falls. Scurries away.
Someone.
Please tell me what
Oh,
face
I didn't even notice.
Yeah. This is why I stayed up too.
Well, I mean, geez, have a lot of faith in us.
Francis says, "Oh, well, since we see it's out there now, I can just take my blade and we can go kill it."
We can kill it in the morning. How does that sound?
But why wait?
Because we need a rest.
Oh,
You look a
That
little
is-
hurt still from that fireball.
Yeah.
I feel great. My God, well, actually, sorry, not my God. The power of good and law prevail.
I'm sure it will. In the morning.
Is this what lawful stupid looks like?
And he's just like, well, you guys have helped me, so I guess I will agree with that.
Perfect.
So, have you guys been traveling together long? You
I've
seem
been
pretty
traveling.
organized.
Yeah. So what has it been? A month or so?
A few
Yeah,
months.
a couple months.
A few months, yeah. I think it's been 2-ish.
Yeah.
No more than 2, right? I'm
Three,
asking the
more
DM.
than 3.
I think I was okay. It's, yeah, I knew it was at
Yeah,
least.
it was like 2
more.
months, I think, it was like a month or 2 when we started the stream. Roughly.
Yeah, because
It was like a month or two,
Okay,
yeah.
wow.
Because you can go watch the first episode where I talk about it, but yeah. Because there was like a 2-week period, and yeah. So you guys have been at this, I believe, 2.5, 3 months, something like that?
Yeah, it's been quite a while. Quite an adventure.
Oh, wow. That's a lot's happened in 3 months, huh?
Oh yes, very, very much.
Well, I have served the good Lord Camden for, well, since I was young. He kind of, helped raise me, I guess you could say. But I've never, it's always been kind of a solo act. I help out with the guard when I can, because, those warforged are mighty fine. Much like your friend Justice here.
They are.
Yeah. Just beautiful design.
It is.
I'm meditating right now.
Brilliant machines of war. He's just eyeing Justice as Justice meditates.
He's quite the specimen.
I'm fully aware that he's checking, like watching me too. So I'm just like, with my eyes open.
The wood, stone.
Mm-hmm.
I can't.
So,
Aren't you asleep?
So aroused.
you would be asleep after. I can feel it in the dreams.
You should go into his dreams.
I can't.
Oh, no. Not describing that scene.
Let's no,
15 minutes of not describing half-orc and warforged fantasies.
You're like, I'd like the rest.
Tumblr would love it.
Justice, can you stay like the rest of the room to leave?
What's left of Tumblr would love it.
Yeah. Yeah, he carries on. Yeah. So, you guys think that Fort Mountain Hall is just infested with vampires? You really think that?
I mean, we know that almost firsthand. We fought
Yeah.
Lady Katia, right?
Yeah. And like, so...
And she seemed the nicest of all. She was helping people in, but it turned out to be just a slaughter. She had a fake floor that dropped out and everything.
Oh,
It's
It was
terrible.
really, really, really... There's a lot of blood. And like, she was making like a warforged version of vampires. It was really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was abysmal.
he grabs his symbol. He's like, we should go to hell and kill her twice.
I mean,
We-
I would not like to go to hell.
Undead
Again.
Undead vampire. I really hate undead. But vampire. I really hate vampires. But I don't know how I'd feel about an undead. I mean, that's just profane. That's like a corruption.
It is.
It is.
That's terrible.
See, warforged are great. Undead are terrible.
That's right.
And I just can't imagine, why would someone do that?
And they had no choice in the matter either.
They were just turned. They were
miserable.
house servants and stuff that they had just.
That's right.
It's kind of tempting on the mind. Evil. Kind of sexy. Vampires.
I mean, like, in the fantasy realm, sure, maybe. But, like, when you're struck with the reality of it, it's not...
They're kind of gross.
It's not... It's not what the books make it out to be.
Oh,
Yeah, they're
wait, of course not.
horrifying.
No, I mean, I was just saying. I go to this bookstore sometime called The Ing, and it has all sorts of romantic fiction.
It's a very good bookstore. I've been there before.
I've been trying to write my own.
Oh, really?
Yeah, absolutely.
What about? I like to write too.
Well, it's about this young half-orc who goes off to war and falls in love with a warforged.
Aw.
Yeah,
What?
That's very sweet.
it's terrific.
Do you have the papers on? Could you read us a passage?
No, I left it at home.
Do you know any from memory?
Oh, yeah.
Can you read it out?
I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready to share it with esteemed writers such as yourselves.
Well, maybe
it's
when we get
always
back.
good to share it past your peers.
Peer
It
review.
makes it better.
Well,
Yeah, peer review.
all right. This chapter is called, well, the book is called The Splinter in the Green. Chapter 1.
The splinter in the green.
This wouldn't even make it onto Tumblr.
Chapter 1. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. But mostly the best of times. Because I met my warforged boyfriend. At war. That's as far as I got.
Wow. It's very good.
What do you think about that opening?
It's a perfect opening.
I think that will stand the test of time.
And then I kind of skipped ahead a few chapters to this scene. Where we talk about caressing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How's that go?
He reads it to you.
Wow. That is, you should share that with Justice. I
And
think
then-
he'd find that very interesting.
They both finish exasperated by moonlight.
I'm mentally screaming right now.
So, yep.
The music, my God. We need to turn it up so we can hear it when it...
Okay, I fixed the music. Did someone have a stroke?
Don't kill the DM.
Open up Twitter.
You're welcome for that.
Fucking making me read. Cocksuckers.
You brought it up.
I did. It's it isn't as always. It is
did
entirely
this to yourself.
Yeah, correct.
And it is canon.
100% would have made Ty read out
Yeah.
same thing. If
This
he had
game
been
is a
here.
prison, and I built it all myself.
Correct.
I fully expect this
Oh,
to be
myself.
completely written by the next section.
That's right.
We'll see.
Wait, what?
Writing a smut novel. My free time.
It's just like mostly pictures.
What do you do
Really
to work,
drawn
Matt?
pictures.
I write novels. Smut novels for my D&D.
Got it. You know what? It would actually probably make more money than I do now.
I'll be right back.
Anyway, so that conversation happened and now exists on the internet. And yeah. So Phyllis, it's really an honor to meet you. You know, you're a legendary warrior. I was really impressed with everything you did.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Try my best. And
rushing forward and saving my sister first and foremost. I don't know if I would have gotten there in time.
Yeah, no, it was a good idea, and I'm glad it worked out, and everything turned out safe and sound.
Did you just say
and she's
your
okay.
own idea was a good idea?
Uh-huh. Yeah. Savisa's a little arrogant.
Oh, well, yeah, just thanks again. And, you know, it's great to meet you. And, yeah. So,
Would you like an autograph?
oh, no, I mean, well, yeah, I would. Sure. Sure, I mean,
I'll
might
sign
as
it.
well.
And I will sign your book
Oh,
when it's finished.
oh, yeah, sure, I'll send you a copy.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Civilians, I think it's the other way around.
Gil, you sound so far away.
Civilians, I really think that it's authors who signed their books for
Oh,
you.
no, you must be mistaken.
No.
No, it's okay.
It's not how this works, Civilius.
You
When
still have a
he
lot of
finishes
learning
his
to
book,
do.
he signs it for you.
It's okay. I've read a lot
Because
of
then
books in my
he'll
time.
be the famous author.
Mm-hmm.
You sign his book.
But the
Trust
signature,
me, it's how it works.
I'll give your book a review, and then everyone will read it.
There we go. God, that's awfully nice.
And I'll sign it.
All right. Well, it's the least I
2 for 1.
All right. Well, that's terrific. Huh. Well, I sure am tired.
You should probably get your rest.
And you see him, he flops over. Falls asleep.
Oh my god.
Can you leave your sunblade on now?
Yeah, it stays on.
Okay,
He just hugs it.
Gosh, I'm picturing. I know it's not this. I'm just picturing a lit lightsaber.
Yeah, just like
actually
dozing
the
off
sunlight,
against
I think, is composed of pure sunlight. Yeah, in my mind, it is because it's finesse. So how else is it going to be?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and it's all radiant, isn't it? Yeah, no, it's not even a.
It even says
it's it's not a metal sword.
No,
It's
yeah,
pure
it's literally
sunlight.
just a hell. Yeah, I'm just picturing like how dangerous a lit lightsaber is. He just got it.
tugging it. So, morning, I guess, comes. When sorry, did you have something? Go ahead. Sorry.
So, Francis is sleeping.
Yeah.
Hey, Justice.
Yes.
So what do you think of Francis? What do you think about him?
He seems like a capable warrior.
Yeah. He was very, very skilled with that blade.
Indeed, he was.
He's good at handling blades.
That's right.
Finesse. He has quite the amount of finesse.
Mm-hmm.
He seems to be quite infatuated with my kind. Perhaps he would be a good ally.
I think he'd be a wonderful ally for you.
That's right. Maybe something more.
In time.
Gilly, I'm sorry to break this to you, but my kind we are unable to do those kinds of things. I do not have those. Well, I personally do not have those desires, and the other of my kind do tend to pair off. I've never really given it much thought myself.
I mean, maybe
So
in
you
time.
say you're aromantic?
I've never had the desire.
That's aromantic.
I will take your word for it.
One word, not two words.
A romantic. Yes.
Right?
Indeed.
But I mean, you're learning to joke and you're learning more about emotion and stuff. Maybe in time you'll...
Perhaps.
Yeah, like, how I was saying before about, like, being more than just a tool and all that.
Indeed. They never really give us much of an outlet for any other emotion besides, well, those that made us more efficient killers. So I've not honed my ability to interpret my...
But you've learned to play the violin,
Indeed I have, and
and you've learned to enjoy that for yourself.
that is correct. So perhaps in time. Love this. I'm just so... sorry. I will remain
Open-minded.
Of course. Yes, I can remain open-minded. He's like... I'm like... he seems like he would be a good ally to have. And
He's very sweet.
his
He has good intentions.
his affinity for my kind is honestly quite uncommon amongst the surface dwellers. At most, people are neutral towards us, but he seems to have more of a positive inclination.
Well, there you go.
So perhaps he and I could, if he does not get himself killed first, could remain friends.
Perfect.
I appreciate you helping me explore these aspects of my life.
You're welcome.
I'm just like...
I'm here to talk whenever.
I'm just like cross-legged looking at Sibelius and Gilly like, so, what do you think? Was there anything else?
Just, remember I can do magical messaging now, so, if you want to ever get him a message after we part ways, or, maybe he can just adventure with us all the time. I'm just saying.
Let us escape from Fort Mountain Hall with our lives first, and then we can evaluate if we need yet another adventuring companion.
Oh, I suppose.
We will have to play again once we get out of the mountain. I will close my eyes.
We know you're still awake.
That's literally it.
You guys rest for some time. You're assuming it's roughly daytime. You're losing track of day. None of you have keen minds, so you really are not sure what time of day and whatnot it is. Were you going to continue, or?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's okay. So like, when should we like start a pool?
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Yeah. I think they're gonna fall for each other like right away. I'm pretty sure it's gonna happen.
Oh, it's gonna take time. I mean, Justice still doesn't grasp humor.
You're asleep.
Gillian Sibelius, I must.
This
make
is
you
a
aware-
private
You
conversation.
decided you
Excuse
were
me
done
very
with
much.
this conversation.
Can you
We're
cast
talking
a hut in a
now.
hut?
You're talking in the same room as me.
Yes, but you decided
You guys can
were
cast
done.
message back and forth.
Yes,
No one
so
will
it's
hear
not-
it.
There you go, because I'm made aware of my surroundings. That's the thing. I'm not asleep. I'm literally just sitting in the room across from you.
We know you're not asleep, but you decided you were done with the conversation.
Of course.
You don't get to come back into it now.
Cast silence.
The worst.
It's like a 15-foot cube. It would have gotten you too.
I should! I have to do it! They keep talking, I cast silence!
Like, oh yeah, you can't back cast message. Counterspell.
Counterspell. I've got 3 level slots left.
Counterspells.
It's okay, because I've got pencil and paper anyway. Could have just continued our conversation.
Just drawing dick pics.
That's basically what you're doing.
Illustrating the fanfic.
Yeah. Oh god.
This is my life.
This is happening.
It is. This is on the internet forever. So. Okay.
We're good.
You guys wake the next day, and begin to travel back to the Emerald Door.
Go right over there.
Yes, that was great.
It was something.
It could be described as great.
Those are words.
And it would be factual.
Also words.
Alright. Wand of magic missiles.
So you guys have already traveled this way before you finish your extended rest, and with the help of the sunlight and the fact you guys are all very dangerous, you will eventually arrive back at the Emerald Door. I mean, you are level 9. There's 6 of you. 5 of you. Sarah's not level 9.
We are dangerous.
The door is, of course, shut.
Did you give us a secret knock?
You know, we didn't think of that ahead of time.
No.
Can we just push on it and hope for the best? Maybe she leaves it unlocked.
Did we want to try
Oh,
to
no.
pass our room using stealth?
I was spending too much time with a paladin.
Let's talk to the door.
I do
Ask
not-
it to open for
I think,
us.
as was demonstrated previously, it would be highly unlikely that we are unable to sneak past the king. I believe that if Francis here made any deal with her in terms of the blade, it will be him who has to decide what he does.
But
So,
could Francis greater invisibility get away from true sight ledge? Never mind.
Yeah, all sorts of things there.
I believe it will be unlikely that we're able to sneak through the Emerald Door.
I mean, we could leave him there. Don't think that works though.
I'm fine. Listen, I made a deal. I'm not going to go back on it.
Alright.
I
How you gonna kill all those vampires in Fort Mount Hall then?
Well, I plan. Here's my plan. Let's go through the Emerald Door. And when Carliza, your cousin, asks for the king, when the king asks for my blade, I'm going to ask politely but firmly to keep it.
I don't think that will work on her.
Well, when's the last time you tried to ask for something nicely, politely, and firmly, Sevilius?
You know,
He's got you.
Manners go very far.
true.
Yeah.
Alright, we'll try it.
don't you. Do we have anything else that we could give her instead of the blade?
Nope.
Well, I've got this amulet, but she didn't.
You said that pretty quickly.
Nope.
Didn't even have to think about that one.
Yep.
She had asked for powerful information, but I do not know if we possess anything that would be of value to her. And she also seemed to be big on the nature of the deals. She made this deal with Francis and not us.
I mean, maybe we can at least try to explain what happened in the...
know a name of one of the keeper of the tomes. Mrs. Kilgast.
It's not an inconsiderable level of information.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't care about Mrs. Kilgast anymore, right?
Unless they become allies.
so.
They will become allies.
Doesn't that seem unwise?
Poor decisions.
I'm not. I mean, listen. I'm not all that experienced in these things, but that sounds like a bad idea even to me.
Just Mrs. Kilgast riding on the Lich, riding on the Draco Lich.
Also, didn't
Stacked.
Morgan make some kind of deal with Mrs. Kilgast as well? So
I don't know what that entails. So.
nobody does.
Neither do I.
Well, you haven't forgotten about it.
Yes, I haven't forgotten about it. Bingo.
I guess we'll try to trade whatever information we can come up with her.
Well, did you guys hear the same thing I did when we released Mr. Bones?
And that was. I was a little bit fixated on the moment.
That's okay. So whatever demon was in that volcano that thankfully we didn't end up fighting, somehow, I'm still a little fuzzy on those details. Marissa was able to get past it to help smooth Mr. Bones' passing. And she specifically said, I'm going to try to remember it word for word, that she could have had dominion over all things. She chose not to and to let it go.
Right, I remember something to that effect.
Yeah, that's the whole point of the arresting light. Mr. Francis is like,
So, but what happens when the arresting light fails?
Oh, well, then the world gets thrown back into a mishmash of chaos, as I understand it. It's like you take 5 different kinds of pudding, and you pour them all together.
Well, that just sounds delightful.
No,
I mean,
'cause-
It depends when you put pistachio and chocolate together. It's
Right.
nisu good.
yeah.
Well,
And then imagine you're allergic to all but one flavor.
oh, that sounds terrible.
Bad pudding.
that does sound like bad pudding. And I would know.
Imitate his
My family's in the
voice.
hospitality
Ridiculous.
business.
Yeah. So don't mix 5 kinds of pudding, especially if you're allergic to 4 of them.
Right.
So, how much is your aunt going to know that the arresting light is failing and will fail?
Cousin.
Cousin. Sorry.
She's in contact with
Modru.
Modru, so probably
She's
all of that.
probably fully aware of it by now. If
Especially since she passed.
she was passed
through
through
it.
it and was
back.
raised by him.
All
I mean-
that. Probably the reason that was able to happen is because the whole thing's starting to break down.
Correct.
Or maybe that contributed to breaking it down.
There's
I don't know.
gotta be a
Anyway,
nugget in
too
one
far
of
above
these
my pay
things
grade.
that we could give her. Because if we seen the so there is the tower that Naz has dominion over.
Yeah,
There's the
Fisk's
tower outside of Cragmandu. There's
Still
the other tower that we've seen. Have we seen the one
Transmissiosopolis.
here?
Roll intelligence.
We'll do big dice for that one.
Straight intelligence.
Big boy. Big boy.
Okay. Find out, won't we?
15.
So you're like, hey, come to think of it, we haven't. But remember that whole Stormcatch, Airspire, Traverse Junction kind of thing we passed through?
I guess that's probably it.
They're using theirs as an Airspire / teleportation citadel.
So basically, they have no wizards, so they just
There's
are
no- well,
turning
there's,
it
like-
into a thing.
Yeah, there's the Baron there's the Count Dracul who oversees it and things like that, but yeah.
Okay.
Because it's part of the Titanlands, it's outside of the mountain door.
Well, I think it is unfortunate losing such a potent magic item. We perhaps risk doing more harm by arming her with potent information. She said it must be world-changing. And I do not know how trustworthy your cousin is, but what is
At
to
this
stop
point,
her?
I don't even know my cousin.
Exactly. What is to stop her from simply saying that information is not good enough and claiming the artifact for herself anyway?
Hey, we've gotten to where we need to go. Why don't we just kill her?
I believe
That
that would
sounds
be
She's
a-
already
great.
dead.
However, I don't think we can do that and live.
She would most likely obliterate us.
Francis pipes up. He's like, "Hey, I made the deal. It's my sunblade. I'm just gonna give it. I'm just gonna have to ask politely and make the most of it."
So, speaking of asking politely, should we see what she knows about the blood moon? Because it seems important,
They
and
do
I
not
feel
wish-
like she might know.
You can try.
I mean, she wants something in return for everything, so.
We can give it a shot. If she requests additional information or additional sacrifice, then we say no thank you.
Francis is now knocking on the door.
Dun, 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 dun.
After a few seconds. What? No visitors' relations are all
Close!
What is the yeah, no visitors, distant relations,
Yeah.
party business, or whatever.
What, we went to the wrong umbral door?
No,
we're walking across
Crotchety old lady.
How did we manage to get across the entire continent in a day? Look at how wide the thing is.
The umbral door cracks open. You guys may enter if you wish.
Yep.
Hello.
I'm going.
Step on in.
Yeah, into the dark.
You see the sunblade, and now is at, I believe he's been making it 30 feet for most of the time, and you can see it disperses and pushes back the magical darkness into that little bead. You guys all stand in the room.
And we die.
Yeah. Hello, and welcome back. The umbral door closes behind you. I see you have returned in one piece.
Indeed we have.
Yep.
She just steps out of the shadows that are remaining. I hope that your journey to Ungoli was most fruitful.
It was.
You have settled your business, taken care of your affairs.
Indeed we have.
And yet I hear of a story from my friends in Ungoli. One of the engines was destroyed. The Ungulist tells me that one of their most powerful creatures was defeated and a slave set free. In the ensuing chaos, many slaves tried to escape, but the Ungulist tells me that they were put down. So, I believe we have an arrangement concerning this blade of sunlight. She just holds out a hand. Francis. Well, thank you very much for all your assistance. I was wondering if, now that you've done me such a good favor, out of the kindness of your heart, could you just let me keep the blade? And you just see Carliza look at you. She goes like this, and the sunblade flies, landing in her hand. This blade is singular in its creation. It is a weapon prized ever since the Divine Revolution. It is one of the single greatest weapons against my kind. It is both a blade for the strong, and she points it to Francis, and for those of a more agile breed. She points it to you, and to you, and to you, and to you. Oh, things are happening.
Nope.
My computer shut off? Did someone click a button?
Oh, I think I might have hit the power strip on my foot. It's right under
Oh!
the table.
We're still up. It was the
Monitor.
Yeah, it was the monitor.
How about the microphone? Is the microphone working?
Yes, it is. I can see it bouncing.
Sorry.
Yeah. Let's
Gave me a
figure out the
hijack.
monitor
It's
gets
right in
shut
front of
off.
my feet.
Okay, that's okay. We're good. It hasn't gone down.
Cool.
So, it would be a great victory for me to reclaim this blade. But in truth, this petty object does not threaten me as much as it threatens those whom I rule. one of them. And the blade begins to spin around her. She just seems to be wielding it with the simplest act at will. Spinning around her, a literal lightsaber just...
Yep, great. Oh, man.
And yet, those who would pay me allegiance with one of their hands has betrayed me with another. And the sunblade flies. Continues to spin. You have defeated the Lady Katia. And the reason that I did not destroy you for your insolence is because her and her supervisor, the Baron Kevin Anders, have pledged their true hearts to another. He rules over the region that supervises Trivestment Tower. And lo and behold, behind my back, he has allowed the Cretans and the infamous Duplicroy to make inroads against me in my city. As I understand it, from the whispers I hear in the dark and the things I see in the realms of shadow, we might have a mutual enemy. So, and the sunblade begins to slowly spin, actually like this. It just starts to float slowly towards Francis's face. I believe that we can come to an arrangement.
What are your
What are your terms?
I would like the Baron Kevin Anders to be destroyed. His wife destroyed. His house burned to the ground and all of its residents.
And he and his wife are both vampires?
Yes.
Both of them.
Yes.
Inside joke.
She's telling the truth.
Okay.
And then once you are done defeating the Baron Anders, I want you to make your way to Trivestment Tower and destroy it. Burn it to the ground. Clear out its inhabitants by whatever means necessary. And bring the financial empire of the Croy and the Cretans to its knees.
Can you please elaborate on the way in which you've come to be at odds with the Cretans and
I
Duplicroy?
rule this city. Its barons, its lords, its ladies pay liege to me. They tithe to me. And yet, many coins have not made their way to my coffers. Resources, whispers, armed men, magic items have not made their way to my coffers. They have been diverted. And that snake, Kevin Anders, has passed on crucial information of my identity to Miss Duplicroy and Miss Angela Creighton. And that I cannot abide. The dead keep this hallowed city. The living own no purchase here. And I won't have that upseated by some Dalmarian upstart. And the most cruel humans to ever walk the face of this country. Don't know what that's this. Oh, it's the dungeon playlist.
And a train. There was a train.
Yeah. I'm actually cold enough. I don't know about you
Yeah,
guys.
you can close it now. So,
Some hot little drops. I'll look to the group and I'll say, well, it would seem that the enemy of our enemy is our friend.
it does.
Or at least less of an enemy.
I mean, she's family. So.
I may be a lich. I may have pledged myself to Modru out of my vanity and lust for power. But I'm still an Anastasia in some way. And I'll be dead again before I see the Cretans get own this town like they've owned so many others.
Anything that I can do to stick my thumb in the eye of the Cretans, I would be glad.
This does seem like a mutually beneficial situation for us both.
The blade is still spinning, and you can see Francis is just like, oh boy. I will allow the half-orc to keep his blade for the duration of your mission, and upon successful completion, he may keep it thereafter.
That is most generous.
Mm-hmm.
Any information that you can provide on Kevin Anders would be greatly appreciated.
He is a vampire. His wife is a vampire. His house is guarded, and he has several layabouts and partier types who are also vampires. He has a human servant known as the Butcher. And his crypts keep undead abominations.
Is he running the same operation Lady Katia was running?
No. He is, he is not as powerful as Lady Katia. As it might surprise you. Lady Katia was a formidable vampire. The dark gift embraced her quicker than I've seen most. And beyond that, she was a very gifted bard. Kevin Anders prefers to seduce his meal out of his victims. He's quite attractive for a human. Well, former human.
As we remove threats to the human and living in this town and they multiply, what will you do with them, since they have no stake in your city?
The chattel will continue to be carted off. The prisons will continue to be filled. And business will continue as normal.
How does that make you any better than the Gish?
There was a time when such words would steal my heart, that I would care to prove myself better than the human scum. I no longer care. I only care about the balance of power between me and anyone else who wishes to make inroads into my town. I can see the disdain and discomfort on your faces. But I assure you, your opinion of me weighs less than sunlight. And the blade goes dim.
It would seem that we have some vampires to kill.
Indeed.
Just wish it wasn't at the expense of others under oppression.
We fight one battle at a time, Selena.
Distasteful. And I'll leave.
Carliza pauses. She looks over at Sevilius. For successful completion of this mission, in addition to allowing Francis to keep the Sunblade, I will free 100 prisoners and give them a 16-month stipend and send them on their way. I will also apply a 1-year moratorium on mandatory sentences.
That was quite generous.
How many prisoners are there in total?
25,000.
Hundreds, almost a drop in the bucket.
is expensive. The amount that the 100 prisoners could produce while finishing out their sentences is not inconsiderable.
Sure.
And the moratorium will make my jails thinner.
Very well. If everyone else is agreeable to that.
How far did I get before she said something?
She said it before you left. She was doing it to stop you.
Got it.
You can feel that kind of pull of manipulation as you know you've been. There's a little.
Can we make it 1,000?
These people are not lazy. They're willing to work. And you've created a situation where they are desperate enough to work for food and clothing and safety for their children. Even though it is just a different kind of oppression. Ask them to work, I bet they would. But if they try to leave, let them. You have to feed them and clothe them anyway. You're not losing any money. But then you create a potentially sustainable system that even if it's no better than what it was before, makes you a little bit better than the Gish.
Roll persuasion with advantage.
That's hot.
Yeah, I got goosebumps. Goosebumps get advantage. That's the rule.
Come on, let's also take Matt.
Still. You said persuasion?
Yeah.
That only gives me a 12 because I rolled a natural 1 and a 9.
Rolls what you roll. She looks over. She looks over at your suggestion, 1,000. She looks back. She glances over at Civilius. I will release 100 prisoners every month for the next 10 months and shuffle them into some kind of work program. They're free to leave, whatever. You can come back and check on it the next time you're in town.
I hope you'll find they're more productive when they have a semblance of freedom, no matter how fake it is.
I think you'll find, Miss Alaquam, freedom can be its own prison.
Always.
And some people are thankful for their chains. And the blade now drops in Francis's hand. He's like, oh, thank you. If you need nothing further, you may leave my sight.
Gilly's gone.
I'll see you again, cousin. Enjoy your dark. And I walk out.
She says something elvish. She says, goodbye, Sovelius. The next time you return, we'll all be that much closer. All right. Okay. As you guys part away from the Emerald Door through the King's Course and out into the Warrens,
I am a shitty Gish. Come on.
yes, shit, you are a shitty gift. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You guys, your thoughts, Francis, like, well, that was awfully nice of her, I guess. We get to kill vampires and keep the sword. That's a win-win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have more thoughts on the matter, but I will share them when we are in
Correct.
privacy.
Yes.
Yes.
Correct.
This
Do
is
you guys
not the
return
time.
to your inn?
Can I go back to the ship?
Yeah.
So,
The music just...
Intense as she goes to the ship.
Going to the ship!
Making her way up to the spy.
Depending on what we want to do immediately, I'd like to go back to the ship. You don't have to come with me.
We'll start the kind of wind down here. Last kind of closing scenes.
We can all go back. I know you're wanting to check on.
Oh.
Yeah.
Of course. It makes no difference to me.
You go to the ship? Who's going to the inn? Who's going to the ship?
I believe we should stay together.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let us make our way to the ship.
that's probably smart.
Alrighty. You guys go ahead and return to the ship that is docked. As you return to the ship, Alric is there. Glitch is there. Morgan does not seem to be there. Yeah, what would you like to do?
I was going back to check in on Ulrich, see how he was doing.
He sits up on his bed. You can see he's just reading something. Oh, you're back.
For a minute.
He just kind of sits up, gives you a little kiss, a little hug. He doesn't like to stand too much. He's still pretty weak. Was your journey below most fruitful?
We not only accomplished our own mission, but another's.
Oh, that's a day well spent. A day or two.
Yeah, we were busy. I wanted to make sure you knew where we were in town, and in a shop here we had found a ring of spell story.
Mm-hmm.
I might see if we can get another, for you to be able to additionally protect yourself before your magic comes back. You can borrow mine.
Oh, that would be awfully kind of you. Those are mighty expensive items, if memory serves.
Huh?
Not that my memory's much good.
You didn't remember poorly this time. I don't know if I can find another, but if I can, I wanted to see if you'd be okay with that.
Oh, yeah, I would say it's quite nice, but my magic is starting to return, and a little ball of light hovers above his hand. Bit by bit, I'll get there.
Well, it's more about we keep encountering more things. All the places you think are safe are not.
That sounds about right.
So. I also had another question for you.
Yeah.
And I'll pull out the Staff of Lesser Healing.
Whew. Yeah.
I've been carrying and using this. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, I mean, that thing is... Yeah, I don't think I want to hold that anymore.
Okay. But I guess it's technically yours, so I thought I should ask permission, and I didn't the last time.
Well, that's okay. I think you're just as thoughtful as I remember. No, that's okay. I don't want anything from her, me, anymore. You can take it all.
Okay.
I'll find new things when I get my strength back.
Well, you can start with something that should have no memory for you. I'll hand him the scimitar. If you think you can train and use it.
He's like, I used to swing one of these every now and then. Yeah. I'll keep it near my bed at least in case any bandits show up.
It's been useful in a few scuffles as a just in case.
It's quite well made. Where did you find this?
The Lane Consortium of all places, if that's a name that sparks any bells.
I've never heard of such a thing.
I'm not sure anyone has, except for the very, very wealthy or very, very stupid. I haven't decided yet.
He looks at his pockets. He's like, well.
I think we had a bit of both when that happened. If you remember, I told you we traveled through time.
That's right. And you met that pink fella.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then one of our number went off to apprentice with
Right.
him.
The Dryden feller.
Yeah.
That is a wild time you've had.
And I thought we had done that twice, but no, just the once. I think the second time was all magic.
All magic.
Well, not that the first time wasn't, but
Isn't everything magic in this world?
yeah. For better or for worse.
Thank you, Celine.
So. And then...
I'm sorry. This is incredibly awkward. Is your friend, Sparrow, Justice, is he around?
I think he's on the ship. He came back with me. Does he make you uncomfortable?
No. It's just, whenever you get done with your business here in Fort Mountain Hall, before we get to Gish, I'd like to have a conversation with him.
Didn't you say something about a bird mask?
A birdman. He is a birdman. It's the word sparrow, that's what they call him. I mix up terms all the time.
That's okay. Warforged.
Yeah.
They were created right before you disappeared.
Yeah. He's a sparrow model. It makes me think of him as a birdman.
Okay. I was worried it was another identity he wasn't
Nope.
telling us about. He's quite shifty at times.
Just before we get to Gish, I'd like to talk to you about some things I'm remembering.
Okay.
It's a secret Cancun.
You know what? You don't know till you ask.
Oh. He says,
This is gonna be upset.
well, I'm just tired already.
Oh, there's so much.
So much.
I have something difficult I might ask of you before your magic's back. It won't require anything but some emotional stability from you.
I'm at your command.
I think in your exchange and your travels as a Moira, you gained a sister.
Yeah, Cassandra. Yes, she was Cassandra. I was Fonzia.
She doesn't know of Fonzia as in Fonzia.
That is something.
I would love to help give her closure. And I have the ability to communicate with her through dreams, like I've done with you.
Yeah, I've never had a dream before. Elves don't dream. That was an interesting experience.
Picked up a few weird things and it just keeps coming.
Yeah.
But I think I can ask anybody to be a messenger.
I see.
And if you think you have enough memory of the pretend childhood of Fonzia and Cassandra, that you might be able to connect with her in a way that I wouldn't be able to. And, I mean, we'd say bring her up to speed, but it's not the compassionate way of letting her know that those around her are distrustful, or not worthy of trust.
Understood.
And do not have her best interests at heart. No matter how much I hate the Moira family for what they've done, I think that outside of her own evil, she was a pawn as much as any of the rest of us.
I could certainly give it a try.
So, just an evening that you have some of your strength, you've had a nice quiet day.
Sure. And same goes for you.
I don't get quiet days.
I'll think about it.
Thank you.
Alrighty. Is there anything else anyone wishes to do on the airship?
Figure I might as well talk to Glitch.
Okay. Oh, you're back. It's wonderful to see you, Gilly.
It's nice to see you too. How are you doing?
I am doing pretty well, all things considered. Been a wild ride these past few days, weeks, and months. Something on your mind?
You know, I figure how to answer that question you asked me the other night. Or yesterday morning. There's been a lot of darkness. I'm not sure what day it is anymore. Yeah. I think it's better if we have that chat. Because I know you said you were afraid that I'd leave or that you'd lose me. But if that's what we're basing everything on, that's not fully honest.
So what would you wish to know?
Well, first you have an answer to the question that I asked you.
And what was that?
You said you didn't want to lose me, but why?
Being stuffed into this meat carcass-like body that I'm in has altered my perception. Passing through the arresting light, touching the earth, the soil, and being around people, laughing and singing and feeling has made me soft in all manner of ways. I have not had a feeling of any attachment in a very long time. In fact, I don't even think I remember. I certainly don't remember the life I was before my soul was made into Glitch Tahanakas, but I imagine that at some point I was alive and felt this way, but I don't remember it. When you're around, I'm happier. When you hurt, I feel hurt. My day is brighter when you are around, and my world is a little dimmer whenever you leave. And if you left, well then, it'd be darker for a lot longer, and I don't think I want that to happen.
Okay. I'm sure I need to do some practicing for the concert coming up. Do you think maybe tomorrow we could work on it at the Golden Stoutman?
Sure, I'll come by.
I'll make sure that that's actually in the cards for us.
I'll hang out. I'll bum around until you show up. You always do eventually.
Okay. I think that would be nice.
Maybe I'll hang out with Naz.
Yeah. Naz is around.
I heard.
Gave me that package that got blown up. I think that'll help with Fonzia. Not Fonzia, with explaining Fonzia and Alaric to Cassandra.
Perfect. Great. Terrific. Well, I'll see you at the Golden Salmon.
We can talk more then.
Okay. Alrighty. With that, and is anything else anyone wishes to do on the airship?
Not on the airship.
All right. You guys eventually make your way back down to the Golden Stoutman to recuperate. Whenever you arrive to your respective rooms, Justice, you and Naz are staying in the same room. I can't remember if anyone else was staying with you, but
Nope, just us.
as you enter, there's this, and you can see there's this kind of gentle haze of moisture. It's a mist all around. In the center of this room is Naz, and she seems to be kneeling on, she's on her knees. She seems to be in a kind of trance or prayer. There are 4 or 5 or maybe even 6 or 7, it's kind of hard to tell through the obscured terrain, figures that are also made of mist, roughly her size. And you can hear voices all throughout the room. Like a chatter of a cafe. Whenever the door opens, she puts her head up, and the mist fades. Oh, I did not realize you were going to be back already.
I'm sorry if I interrupted something.
No, that's okay. I was just holding a kind of council. Was your journey to Beyond the Umbral Door fruitful?
Indeed, we were able to free someone who had been enslaved for a long time. And also, incidentally, were able to ensure the freedom of many, many more.
Oh, that's good. That's a day or 2 well spent, isn't it? Yeah. That's great. I have been seeing the sights, I guess you could say. How can I say this? I have been around town and seen some of the local architecture and people, as one is wont to do whenever they arrive at a new place. Yep.
And what are your thoughts?
The dwarves spend a lot of time making things look nice rather than functional. It's a very difficult city to navigate. It's annoying.
I also found it confounding.
Yeah. And the bellows make a lot of noise.
Have you been by the establishment known as the Flatulent Onkeg?
No. I stayed away from the noxious rose. When I tried to venture forth, it just stung my nostrils, so I turned it around.
Yes, I heard from my companions that need to breathe that it was quite unpleasant.
Anyway. No, you didn't interrupt anything. I was communing with the other mistresses of the mist. The ones who had hold this office prior, seeking their wisdom. It's something I have to do often. It is a very difficult job.
Indeed, are you able to tap into the collective wisdom of all previous mistresses?
Yes.
Is that an ability that you gain when you take on the mantle?
Yes. Yes, it is part of the training I received as the mistress of the mist.
I will ask you a question, and maybe it is merely semantics. I always hear you use the term mistress of the mist. Are they all female?
It's difficult to answer the question all, as I have not personally sat with each one as when they were living and asked them of their respective identities. But yes, all mistresses. At least that is the title. I personally do not really see myself as a mistress or a woman. I mostly allow people to call me she or her mistress and all of that because it's just easier. But because I keep my hair long and it is sometimes fiery and my features are not very square or pronounced, people often see me as a woman, which is fine. I have nothing against being a woman. It's just I don't really see myself as fully woman.
I do find it odd their preoccupation with labels. When I was first made, I've come to learn that I was mostly in contact with males, and they use the term he, and the other living creatures feel the need to use such terms, so I simply do it for, what would you say, their comfort. It is easier not to explain every time.
Mm-hmm.
And they find the terms "it" to be somewhat degrading.
Which is understandable. It is usually referred to objects and strange creatures.
Indeed.
But I suppose if you see yourself as more of an object than a humanoid, it would be an acceptable term.
I have no opinion on the matter. I suppose in the way that you superficially resemble what they would call female is the same reason they call me male. I do not have fair features.
No, but you are still a remarkable martial artist and athlete.
Indeed, I do not believe that would have any bearing on my gender, now would it?
No.
Would you like to spar?
I would, but before I teach you yet another lesson in the martial arts, I want to be honest with you because you are my only friend. I have always found the title Mistress of the Mist also increasingly strange. I have been in this office for as long as I have been alive. I was not young at any one point in time in my life. I was not trained. I was not a little girl or a little person. The Mistress of the Mist is a reincarnated entity. When we get old, senile, or corrupt, or what have you, they simply just... there is a ritual performed, and the person is reincarnated. As simple as that. So, I have always been this old. In the Mistress of the Mist office, you don't age, but you do eventually succumb to old age, although your lifespan is... But I've always looked like this. So, Mistress, man, Lord, I don't care. I'm just Naz. I'm just old Naz. I'm just made of mist.
As when I asked you if you would grow old and expire, that is what you meant.
Yes. I feel changes. I mean, I'm 135. I'm not a spring chicken anymore. But I've got some time left. And I would like the next time if I reincarnated, when I commune with myself again, and all the other previous versions of me, I hope it doesn't take me 135 years next time to make a friend. If you may live a very long time, and if you should hear that I were to die, and then you hear that my mantle is taken up again, perhaps, if you were so inclined and still alive, you would come, and we could spar. And it would take less than 135 years to have a friend.
Naz, if I'm understanding how this works correctly, if you ever find that you are nearing the end of your time in this form, do not let it be something that I merely find out about. I would prefer to be there to support you, if that is something that you would want. During your passage.
I would appreciate that. So, are you ready to be humiliated? And she readies herself.
Naz, I
They
believe,
ready themselves. Excuse me.
Naz, I believe that you will find that I've become much more formidable since the last time we sparred. Yep.
And I think that's where we'll end tonight's session. We'll pick back up with any other scenes next week.
I'm gonna teleport the shit around that room.
Oh my god.
Should take it
So we
outside.
Alright, yeah.
Don't destroy
Doing okay
the
there,
game.
Lex?
Yeah, you motherfuckers! Stop it!
Corey Hickson followed. Thank you, Corey.
Thanks,
Hi,
Corey.
Corey is a terrific member of Variant Roles. He is my mutual on Twitter. I love him to death. He follows Alexis, your mutuals.
Yeah.
He is just literally the best. The best. And we love you, Corey. that was a doozy of an episode. I would just actually like to step away. I hope that I've made some mistakes when representing Naz. There was one time I called them a bloke, and I've tried to represent non-binary characters better as I've played, and I'm learning. And I think Naz from now on will be asserting themselves as purely a them. So
Good.
That's awesome.
yeah.
Nice.
And if you are a non-binary or trans creator and would like to be on one of our shows sometimes, reach out to us. That way we can have real people like that on.
Yeah.
Right.
Really, I
Oh.
would speak for the group and say if you are a creator and you have really anything to bring to us,
Yeah.
no harm in asking.
Yep.
I mean, worst thing we do is compromise and find a better mutual avenue.
Exactly. So
Absolutely.
that was a wonderful episode.
A lot of fun.
I figured the only person that could speak up would either be him or the terrible Gish, just putting the Gish down.
Economic plot resolutions. My shit right there.
That's harder than a diamond in an ice storm.
Before we go, follow and share the stream. Let people know, like, hey, there's this really cool stream that, like, is Ghost of the Machine. They're really cool. And, you know, other content is out there, too, and it's really great.
And don't forget about tomorrow.
Yes, it's my birthday.
7 p.m. Matt's birthday. We'll be here playing
There'll be a
Tell
balloon.
Dore. There will be a balloon. Just one red balloon. Don't worry
One.
about it.
No.
Made of blood.
No. Nicht Luftballons. No, Luftballons.
How about 99?
No.
This
Because it's 99 red balloons.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Captain
sure.
Kirk. Yeah. No, we have a balloon. We have a dedicated happy birthday balloon that may or may not need more.
Sad.
attention.
I can't wait. I greatly
Great.
appreciate Alexis rushing to get this prepped and everything, and I appreciate everyone setting aside time for my birthday to play. And I really look forward to revisiting Taldori, having fun. And so we'll be back here. Is it going to be 7 p.m. tomorrow? Yeah. 7 p.m. Central,
7 p.m.
8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We'll be back. And yeah, so if you're just now tuning in, stick around for the rerun.
So 2 hours earlier than Critical Role normally would be.
Right, because there's no Critical Role tonight, so come here
That's
for your
right.
Taldori.
That's right.
Any
Get your
hints on
Taldori
the
fix
theme
over here.
of what it'll
Yeah, what's the theme?
Well,
What are we looking at?
so
I mean, do you
here's
wanna-
what happened. This is now going to be the third one shot, and
Yeah.
they're all loosely connected.
Yeah.
So there's 2 characters that have been in all. It will have been in all 3 as of tomorrow, and that is Duke and Venom, played by Matt and Chase, respectively.
Yeah.
And when we last left off, they had absconded after a heist and decided that they were going to go make off with a very, very rare, legendary, mythic level item and try to hawk it somewhere. So they are leaving Amon on the coast.
We be setting
So-
off sail on the Osmit Sea, matey,
Yeah.
and nobody be getting out alive. Arr. We will see you
It's a
tomorrow.
change of pace for underground, I'll tell you that.
We will see you tomorrow in Exandria.
Yeah.